I remember there was a time when we was kings and queens, prophets and rulers, judging the earth. But now we stuck at the bottom of the totem pole. Where did we go wrong as a people? I think our people need to understand this with a wake-up call and give them understanding of what's going on. So bring it.
Early morning, rise up, open your eyes up, looking in the mirror, it gets no clearer. Cause we don't understand our own selves, drowning in sorrow with empty Hennessy bottles upon the shelf. Cause everybody wanna be a king, selling out their soul for this mean green cream thing. Paper chasing but not facing the facts that as a nation we all done got lax and letting the devil control us. And thinking like them damn Africans, they sold us. We in captivity because they hold us. Working hard with heavy burdens on our shoulders. Man, I thought we was some soldiers, but every second that I look, we getting creamed like Folgers. You see, the Lord done told us. So to me, there's no...
Okay, Shalom Israel.
Shalom.
Thank you for joining us. The Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We're located here at 8524 South Braeswood in Houston, Texas. Okay, if you don't know, now you know. All right, we have live classes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 10. Fridays from 6 to 9. And then Shabbat morning classes from 10 to like 2. Okay, so you brothers and sisters that are not familiar with us, you can join us. We are in H-Town. You can come join us for class if you are local in the area, okay? We also have classes in San Antonio, Texas. Our school in San Antonio, Texas, been over there over almost 30 years. So they're at 4219 Center Gate Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. All right. We also have classes in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Okay. And that's at 501 Copper Avenue, Northwest, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87102. Okay. And what else we got here? Check out our website. Put that up there too while we're talking about it, and show them on there. You know how to do that, right? Check out our website. It's isbhpk.com. Okay, you guys, brothers and sisters that want to go on there, let us know you're coming to the feast, the Passover. You can go on there and check out the different links we got. Of course, we got the classes, and it's still going. We still got it up and running and trying to get it rolling. So, but check that out, all right? And she can scroll through that a little bit while I'm talking, because Purim is coming up on March 9th and the 10th. Okay. Once again, if you're in H-Town, come join us. We're gonna get together. We're gonna eat. And spend time with each other, like the scriptures say, all right? And Passover is coming up on April 16th, so, which is one of the most important high holy days. A lot of you brothers and sisters that are, start following these high holy days and customs and laws. The majority of these high holy days is us coming together as a unit, as a body, and following these laws, okay? What else we got here? Okay, I think the cutoff, they already cut the garment thing off. Okay, so we had to cut the garment thing off because it's winding down. It's winding down to the Passover, and as it gets closer and closer, there's a lot of things that need to be done. So, if you brothers, you want your ribs part of that, the garments and being busy doing that. Well, we're doing, the sisters being from out here going to San Antonio and doing garments, and the sisters from in San Antonio have been coming out here doing garments. So, keeping that sisterhood rolling, trying to get that unity unity up to par, man. That's constantly in the works. The unity, the sisterhood, the brotherhood. It ain't hard, but that's. I mean, we're building a nation. It ain't gonna be hard. I mean, it ain't gonna be easy. Excuse me. So yeah, Hidden Truth 12 at Gmail. As you check out our website, you know, you can go on there and donate if you want to help us out with the lamb. We had brothers and sisters help us out with the location, and we really appreciate that. You know who you are, all right. And of course, everybody here. That's all we do. We get busy. Everything is for this school, for this body, to keep these lights running, and everything we do, whether it's the cable show, whether it's street speaking, whether the sisters are partaking in the garments and the feeding of the homeless, everything we do is for this body, all right, and for y'all brothers and sisters out there. So if you want to help out, and y'all feel like you're not doing nothing, or you're in another city, well, you can help us with the lamb if you want. You can help us with the lamb for the Passover, because we need to get that. And let me say this: come to the Passover, make a way. You do it for vacations. You do it for family reunions, all that. Well, do the same thing for the Most High. Get together. Hey, it's a nice vacay. Come down, join us. Get some of this brotherhood, sisterhood going. All right. All right. So that's it. And the donation. If you do want to make a donation, you can either go to the website, or you can go right here. When she puts it up on the screen, you can donate also to help us out with the lamb for the Passover. All right, so I'm going to do like we always do. We're going to open up with questions and get those out the way. I'm not going to do all questions, all class. So hit me now with your questions, and then I'm going to go into this class I have set. All right, so we'll wait and see if we have any questions.
Oh, we have several.
We do? All right. Go ahead. What's the first one?
Is the tribe of Ephraim just the Puerto Ricans, or are they scattered as well?
The tribe of Ephraim is the Puerto Ricans. It would be the Taino and Boricua Indians. Okay. Because remember, you got all the other so-called Indian tribes. So-called Indian. Remember, I mean, when you look at really, you know what's crazy? When you look at everybody on this sign here, majority of them are what you might call Indians. You even got the West Indians, Jamaicans or West Indians. They're the Arawak Indians. You got Haitians, Haiti, right? I guess they would be technically considered an Indian. But when you go from the Dominicans, the Panamanians, the people from Guatemala, whether they're Aztecs, the Incans, Toltecs, Olmecs, all these really are like what you might consider Indian tribes. But going back to your question, the tribe of Ephraim is the Boricua and Taino Indians. All right. All right. What else we got?
How do you prove that the children of Lot are the Chinese of today when their origin is nowhere near today's China?
Well, if you watch. I don't know if you're new or you're new watching us, but with the information that High Priest Yeshias came out with, that there is a discrepancy with Moab and Ammon being the Chinese and the Japanese. And I would say that based off of your exact question. And the information that High Priest Yeshua brought out, he brought out a lot of information proving that a lot of these Chinese and Japanese are Israelites. Not saying all of them, all right, because you got but a mixture of us is over there. So that's something being re-looked at. Why? Because like we do with all of the tribes, we go through the archaeology, we go through the anthropology of the people, and being able to, whether it's the different history books, we're able to pull up and be able to say, okay, look at this record of the north of the Israelites or the Mexicans, the Aztecs, right? And when the white man came over here, we have the records to prove that they were speaking Hebrew. Not one book, but many books, history-wise, archaeology-wise. So, going back to your question is, we can't do that with Moab and Ammon. So that's why that's being looked at again. And the high priest is the one that came up with the information and started to take a second look at those things. So what I'm saying basically is, as we dig into really those people, now we got to find out. He's brought out information proving that a lot of them are, not all of them, but a lot of those Chinese and Japanese are Israelites over there. So then that means that now we got to go look at where Moab and Ammon, who those people are. And they're at it. You got brothers, not only High Priest Shai, but a few other people, other camps, elders looking at it and to figure out who these people are. So that's still to be said. Okay? But that's a good question. Go ahead.
Just on that, he said some years ago he met your father Ariella in Venice Beach, and he told him that his mother was Moab and his father was the tribe of Judah. That's just
Who?
the person that asked that question.
Oh, that his mother? Oh, right. Well, once again, this is before, your question is a good question. And when we look at Moab and Ammon, do we go back and find out the same information like we do all the other tribes or nations? No. So that's why the only thing I can say is this. If it can't be proven with archaeology, anthropology, and the history like all the other tribes, then in my head, it's okay to look back at that and say, wait a minute, that ain't the full edification. That can't be the full knowledge about Moab and Ammon. So you have a fair question, and that's, like I said, as Hebrew Israelites, you got brothers re-looking back at that. So, and they got to get the information. We got to get it together and find out who are those Moab and Ammon. Some brothers are saying they're still over there in Iraq, and they're more like mixed amongst the Arabic people. But like I said, I haven't got it. I haven't went in fully myself, to have that information to speak on it. All right. So, as the high priest brings out more information, then I'll have more information. But me, I don't like jumping and running my mouth off of things that it really isn't full. The full information ain't out yet. You see what I'm saying? I don't do that. I'm not gonna, if I can't go back and improve it like all the other tribes, then obviously I'm gonna hold back and I'm gonna hold my tongue like the scriptures say. So, but as the information comes out, everybody's waiting on that part. Who is Moab and Ammon. Not that it has an effect on any of the tribes, or the Israelites, because we got that information. We got that history. We got that archaeology. We got the anthropology of these people. So, but to have that, you know, about that nation or who they are, we get that. All right. What else?
Will only 144,000 Israelites make it into the kingdom?
No, and we've been over this before. All right. This is you can tell when somebody's new asking it, because that's a basic question. But when you go to Zechariah 13. Go to Zechariah, let's see here. Because the 144,000 is amongst. The 144,000 is amongst the 1/3. So if you go to Zechariah 13 and verse 8.
Zechariah chapter 13 verse 8.
Now if you go to, we're not going to go to verse 1 and read on down. I'm not going to do all that. You can read from verse 1 on down. And it shows you that this is a future prophecy. This is a prophecy that hasn't been fulfilled. So we know this is in the king. This is going to lead us to the kingdom of Christ. So read that, Zechariah 13 verse 8.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off.
Right. So in all the land, 2 parts therein shall be cut off. Okay, so we know that amongst all Israel, the Most High is going to cut off 2/3. Go ahead.
And die.
Go ahead.
But the 3rd shall be left therein.
So 1/3 is going to be saved. So now you bring in Revelations, the 7th chapter. Now that number is amongst the 1/3. Okay? Because remember, if it was only 144,000, man, that's a lot of people that would be, a lot of Israelites. But not saying there still is going to be a lot of Israelites that die. The scriptures tell you as a drop to a wave. So there's going to be a lot of them that die, but not that many. There's 1/3 of the children of Israel is going to be saved. Now, if you calculate what it says in Hosea, he said the children of Israel is as the sand of the sea. Still a lot of people. Okay? So 2/3 cut off, 1/3 is going to be saved. The 144,000 in Revelation 7 is part of that 1/3. Go ahead.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire.
Uh-huh.
And will refine them as silver is refined.
Right. So that 3rd part is going to be brought through the fire. 2 ways. Literal, that thermal fire that's going to be burning here in America, and also the spiritual fire, which he said they will be purged in the furnace of adversity. So the righteous are going to be put through both of those fires. Okay? So to answer your question, the 144,000 is part of the 1/3. Okay? Go ahead.
Please explain 1 John 4 and 1.
1 John 4 verse 1. Let's go there. First John 4 verse 1. Go ahead. 1 John. Y'all got it? No? All right, let me know when y'all got it.
All right, 1 John chapter
4 verse 1. Y'all got it? Okay, go ahead.
1 John chapter 4 verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Okay, so read it in the top. Read it from the top again.
Beloved, believe not every spirit,
Right.
but try the spirits whether they are of God.
So how do we try the spirits and know whether they are the Most High?
Speaking according to
Raise your hand, but go ahead, sis.
By their conversation, their actions.
By the conversation, right? What else?
how about it says Isaiah chapter 8, it says they speak not according
Right,
to the
right.
world.
Let's go there. Let's go to Isaiah 8, verse 20.
Come.
So this is how you try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High. So read Isaiah 8, verse 20.
Verse 20. To the law.
Hold on. Wait till they get it.
Oh, come.
Isaiah 8, verse 20.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Right. So to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word. So they have to speak according to the scriptures, right?
Come.
That's how we know they are of the Most High, right?
Come.
Go from there. Go to 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 21.
Come.
So it says, because many false prophets are gone out in the world, no doubt, no doubt there's many false prophets in the world. Well, how are we gonna know who's speaking the truth, who's speaking according to the scriptures and not? Well, the first thing you have to do is know the scriptures. Are they speaking according to the scriptures? Okay, so now you gotta know your Bible, because the problem with a lot of us is we know some of the Bible, but we don't know the Bible, and then we think we can judge off the little that we do know, right? And you can't do that. You can't, just because I know a little bit of something, that might not give me the authority to speak on it in whole. You know? Just because you know how to cook, that don't mean you're a chef. Right? Just because you know how to change your oil, that don't mean you're a car technician. It don't work like that. So, which we usually have a problem with our people, right? They think because they know a little something, they're a professional now. It don't work like that. So you have to really know the Bible before you run your mouth, before you speak on it. Because before you can speak whether it's a truth or whether it's a lie, right?
Come.
Okay, go ahead, read that. 1 Thessalonians 5:21.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21.
Mhm.
Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
So how do we know or try the spirits and know whether they are of the Most High? Well, Isaiah 8:20 said, to the law and to the testimony, if they don't speak according to this, there's no light in them. Then 1 Thessalonians is telling us you got to prove it. So if you're going to speak on it, it should be proven. You should be able to go through the scriptures and prove it. Okay? So perfect example, like we were just talking about Moab and Ammon, right? I got to come back and say, well, all the information ain't out yet, right? So I can't speak on that fully. If we learn how to do that a lot more and just shut our mouths, a lot of times you'll get out a lot of arguments and get yourself out of making yourself look stupid. When you don't know, you don't know, right? But people think because they know God loves, they know the Bible. Jesus loves, I know my Jesus. That don't mean you know the Bible. So, once again, answering your question, try the Spirit. Well, how do you do that? According to the Spirit. What is the Spirit? What is the Spirit? Yeah. The scriptures of the Spirit, right?
Come.
And you shall know the truth.
And the truth shall set you free.
The truth shall make you free, right?
Come.
What is the truth?
Word.
Thy word is truth, right?
Come.
So that's how we're going to be able to know whether they're false prophets, false teachers. That's why you cannot sit down and just listen. You have to study.
Come.
You understand that?
Come.
You have to study. You can't just be here for your husband. You can't be here for. We were just talking about that before class started, right? One minute your parents are Hebrew Israelites, the next minute now they on Kemet. Now they don't even believe in Christ. Why? Because they don't study. So it was easy for somebody to come. It says Satan comes and take away what is sown in their heart. It's easy for a young person to be tossed to and fro. Why? Because they don't study. You sit here and you come being an Israelite still with a church mentality. And then you want to know why you keep bouncing from doctrine to doctrine, religion to religion. Because you don't study. So if you want to stop being tossed, what do you have to do?
Study.
You have to study to show thyself approved. Right? This is going to keep you away from the false prophets. This is going to keep you away from you going off and going out of the way of the Most High. Y'all get that? So you got to really understand that, man. You got to really, really understand that. All right. So good question. What else we got on that?
Who are Gog and Magog according to the Bible?
Gog and Magog, according to the scriptures, is talking about Russia. It's talking about Russia. Okay, so it tells you, I forgot what chapter is that in Ezekiel about Gog and Magog, but that's talking about Russia. All right, what else we got?
Are Matthew 1 and 17 and Luke 3, 23 through 31 a contradiction on how many generations from David to Jesus?
Let's go there. Where are we at?
Matthew.
Matthew's 1 and 17.
Matthew's 1:17.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 17.
Matthew's 1 verse 17, and then what?
And Luke 3, 23 through 31.
No. No, watch, read it. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
So all generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. And from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations.
Go ahead.
And from the carrying away into Babylon unto Christ are 14 generations.
All right, so what was the other scripture?
Luke chapter 3, verse 23.
Hold on a second. Matthew's 1 verse 17, and then Luke what?
Chapter 3, verse 23.
Go ahead, read that.
And Yahushua himself began to be about 30 years of age, being as was supposed the son of Joseph, which was the son of Heli, which was the son of Matthat, which was the son of Levi, which was the son of Melchi, which was the son of Janna, which was the son of Joseph.
All right, you don't have to read all that. Jump down to verse. Jump down to verse. Okay. So what was their question at in Luke?
Are Matthew 1:17 and Luke 3:23 through 31 a contradiction on how many generations from David to Jesus?
Luke. I'm supposing he's counting. That he's counting, or she's counting. Is that what they're doing?
That's what it seems like.
Right, but the reason why I said no is because, first of all, because remember, Luke's lineage is Mary's. Okay, Mary's line. Joseph is David's. So it's going to differ a little bit.
He said yes, he is counting.
Yeah. It's going to differ a little bit. Because, once again, Luke's is talking about Mary's lineage, okay? And Matthew's is talking about Joseph's, okay? Which they both go through David. They end up going through David, but they end up going off. So the way you're looking at it, you can't look at it that way because they're two different lineages. One is through Mary's line, and one through Joseph. So no, it's not a contradiction. All right, what's the next one?
How do I find in the Bible about the 12 tribe nationality? Like, how do I know that Judah is the African American in the Bible?
We got to send you a link on that one. All right, because when you go through all the tribes, apparently you might be new, but when you go through the tribes, it first starts out with Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. So if somebody were to ask me how you know you're a Hebrew Israelite, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to take you to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, right? Then with Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, where do I have to go to? What needs to be added with Deuteronomy 28th chapter to prove who the Hebrew Israelites are? Yes, sis. Right, we got that. With Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, what needs to be added with that? I just want to see if y'all thinking.
I go to Hosea 4:6 after.
No. What?
Revelation.
No. It's an H word. What needs to link up with the Bible? Deuteronomy the 28th chapter.
Is it
Who knows? Raise your hand. Yeah.
Is it
History.
history?
Right? Like I told y'all got to pay attention because somebody was talking about that the other day. And I said to them, if I were just to go to Deuteronomy the 28th chapter and the 68th verse and read it to you and close the book, how would you know the true Jews are the true Jews? You have to add what?
History.
You have to have history. This because that account or what was going to happen only happened to a people, right? So when you look at the tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes, on the sign all the way down to the Mexicans, those specific curses had to befall them. So you have to match the Bible with the historical evidence to know who those people are. Because the Bible, think about it. Does the Bible even tell you, does the Bible say Christ is a Negro in America? No, it don't say that. Right? So you have to know history to know that the Negroes were in Jerusalem, right? That before the Greeks and the Romans came, the whole known world at the time was what? Dark skin. But America in Greco-Roman history makes you think what? Now, yeah, they make you think everybody in the Middle East is white. When that wasn't the case. Everybody in the Middle East was really dark skinned until they came about and started having sex and destroying the seed and mixing over there. And now you got a lot of these people over there, they ain't even the real people. They ain't the real Arabs. We know they're not the real Israelites, right? Like a lot of those people over there, they're not the real Arabs. A lot of them is Edomites. All those Israelis over there, those ain't real Israelites. We know that why? Because the real Israelites are dark skinned, right? The real Israelites, the curses of Deuteronomy the 28th and the history had to match up to prove who they are, right? Now we know the Israelis didn't go on those cargo slave ships, nor were they sold. Right. So that nicks them off the board right there, right? Okay, so we could send you the links on that. I mean, we've touched on that many of times.
I sent the 4 links from cable shows.
Yeah.
History.
Yeah. That one, because that's gonna take history. You going back over those classes, going back over all the books that we got, that we bring out and link up with the Bible, proving that the Bible and the curses that were going to come to pass came to pass, but it happened to a specific nation, a specific people. Okay?
Cool.
All right, so what's the next one?
Is Canada also considered Babylon?
Some would consider Canada Babylon. Yeah. Some would consider it, part of, and I'm supposing you're saying part of America, right? The Great Whore. Land-wise, some would consider that. Yeah. But we know right now the beast. When you go to Revelations and when we talk about the beast that sat on the many waters, we know that's America. When you deal with up to date, does Canada have the power, have as much as power as America or the Great Whore that sat on many waters? No. But land-wise, America owns a lot of these different countries. But remember the beast, and I'm using the biblical name, the beast, the great whore that sat on many waters. That's America. She controls everything, and all these other nations suck the teat of America and participate in their fornication. So, if you're trying to link it together, land-wise, maybe. But when you look at technically who's running everything, it's America. It's America. All right, what else we got?
Please explain Matthews 20 and 16.
Matthews 20, verse 16. Matthews 20, verse 16. Go ahead, read it.
Matthew chapter 16, verse 1. The Pharisees.
What? Matthew's what?
20 and 16.
20, verse 16.
Matthew chapter 20, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
So the last shall be first, and the first last.
Mm-hmm.
For many be called, but few chosen.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahushua, going up to Jerusalem, took the 12 disciples apart in the way.
Matthew 20, let's read, let's see here, 20 verse, read, all right, well, I'm hoping you went over the chapter. Well, when you go over the chapter, you know what, just read start from verse 8. So we can get some context of what's going on here. Go ahead.
Chapter 20, verse 8. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his stewards, call the laborers and give them their hire. Okay, so we know that from verse 1, for the kingdom of heaven is like a man that is a householder which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into the vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. So let's understand that this is a parable, right? But the parable is an example of what? Because a lot of times people think this is just a story. The parable is an example of what?
What's going to happen inside the end time life?
Right. How the kingdom is going to come about. In this instance, he's using the parable to explain us and us being called to the kingdom, right?
Come.
Right?
Come.
Or y'all not with me, sisters? Y'all don't understand? I mean, if you don't, say you don't. If you do, say you do. I'm trying to make sure y'all understand. So this is a parable that he is giving on how the kingdom of heaven is going to come about. All right?
Come.
Now, and he went out about the third hour and saw others idle standing in the marketplace. So what is it telling you about our lives? What does it tell you how the Most High looks at our lives? What?
Well, like we're shopping.
No. What?
We're workers.
No, you're idle.
Oh, come.
He said, go call the, he said, go, this is the kingdom of heaven. But the people of the kingdom, they're in the marketplace, they're idle, they're not doing nothing.
Come.
You understand? So this is, you know why I wanted to read up? Because it puts you in perspective to understand that. Stop thinking your life you was doing something. That you had it so great. When the Most High pulled you out of your life, it was because you weren't doing nothing. You were idle. It says, and he said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, I will give you. And they went their way. So he hired them. So this is what this is about. This parable is about us being called to the kingdom and doing the work that the Most High called us for. That Christ called us for. But the first point, we have to get past verse 3. Why? Because that's the problem. A lot of Israelites think, what am I doing here? I'm wasting my time. What am I doing here? Like, I could be doing something better with my life. You are not doing nothing better because you weren't. That's why you were called. He said you were idle. And he said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Again, he went out the sixth and the ninth, and did likewise. So this is us coming into the truth. Us coming and doing the works of the kingdom. So, in the beginning of the hour, in the 70s, you might have brothers that were called in the 70s. Then you got brothers that were called in the 90s. Then you got brothers and sisters that were called in 2000, right? So, he goes out every hour and is calling you to do the work of the Most High. Who is he calling? And what does he call us in this chapter? He says we're what? Say it, class?
Idle.
You're what?
Idle.
Your life was what?
Idle.
You weren't doing nothing. You stop coming here acting like you're doing the Most High a favor. He's doing you a favor by giving you this knowledge and waking you up. You were headed down the path to nowhere. Okay? So he called us at every hours, every years. He calls a generation. Right? All right. It says, again, and he went out about the 6th and the 9th and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing, what, class?
Idle.
Idle. And said unto them, why stand ye here all day idle? You know when you go to, what's the spots where the Issacharites be standing out?
Home Depot?
Yeah, you go to Home Depot. What are they doing? Standing idle. Waiting for what, though? They're waiting for work. So what is the Most High telling you your life was? You weren't doing nothing. Your path wasn't headed nowhere. I love this shit. That's why I had to jump up. Because you got a lot of brothers and sisters that come in with this high, mighty spirit like your life was headed somewhere. You got ex-strippers, ex-drug dealers, ex-killers, ex-murderers, ex-whoremongers, ex-white man ass-kissers. And you swear your life was like headed like, I was a professional at kissing the white man's ass. What are you talking about? You figure because you weren't a drug dealer, you're better than the drug dealer? Or you weren't a hoe, so you're better because you were a stripper. You didn't do none of that. All you did was sit at home idle and not doing nothing, and you think you're better than the drug dealer or the stripper. The scripture's showing us you're called because Christ called you because your life was headed nowhere. You understand that? So get off your high mighty horse and understand Christ called you for a reason. Now, the messed up thing is when you were doing all that, then you still got that high mighty spirit. When you were the drug dealer, the whore, the stripper, the killer, the murderer, the white man ass kisser, and then you come in and you really act like you was headed somewhere. You should be more ashamed of yourself for what you've done in the sins you've committed in your life. But once again, this is to knock Israelites off that high pedestal of thinking, oh yeah, brother, I'm doing you a favor, brother, by coming to class. You're doing yourself a favor. Because if you're not clean when Christ come back, guess what? I'm not judging you. Your husband ain't judging you. The brother or sister sitting next to you ain't judging you. So all your little excuses, guess who's going to be the judge? Christ. So you come up with all these excuses for what? To play a game with yourself. You're playing with yourself. Because at the end of the day, Christ is the one that's going to be judging you. He's going to be the one smacking you. Because what you did with his talents, what you did with his service, his office, his duty. He's the one that's going to judge you. So that's what this calling is about. Go ahead, read on. I'll read on. It says, and about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, why stand ye here all day idle? And they said unto him, because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. And that's what we're here to do. We're here, like we were talking about earlier. You were idle in your life. The Most High called you so you can do his work and go get the fruits that are right. We got this knowledge so we can go share it with somebody else. The ones that know they need this knowledge, the ones that know they're idle, they need the word, that's who we're going out for. You understand that? Do y'all get that, sisters? Go ahead.
From verse 9.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading. All right, so verse 7. They said unto him, okay, verse 8. It says, so when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last until the first. So this is where we're understanding the last shall be first and the first shall be last. We're finding out what that means is they're all going to be given the same reward. Which is what? The kingdom. They're all going to be given the same reward, which is the kingdom. Okay? Okay, don't get that mixed up. There's still, remember, that reward is the kingdom. That's going to all come to Israel. But even in the kingdom, you're still going to have, remember, Christ said that you're going to have the 12 apostles, they're going to sit up judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Then it said the 144,000. So don't get it twisted and say, well, we're all going to get the same thing. There's still going to be, what's the word I want to use? It's still going to be a ranking system. You're going to get all the same thing, the kingdom of the Most High, righteousness, holiness, but there's still going to be a ranking system. There's still going to be an order of things. Okay? Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading. I keep. All right. So when even was come, the Lord said unto the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, the Lord is Christ, right? We're the stewards, right? Call the laborers. We are the laborers. You see that? We're the stewards. We're the laborers. We're the ones working. It says, and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, and received every man a penny. And when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny. So this is where they got upset that came at the beginning of the day. You understand? And they got the same reward that the ones that came at the end of the day. Okay? So that a lot of brothers and sisters don't understand that you can come in 20 years ago, but you got to last till Christ come back. Right? So you still got to work. You can't say, you know what, I've been in this truth 20 years. I'm done. I'm finna retire. There ain't no retirement. You understand? There's no retirement. You know what I mean? Moses died in the truth. Moses died doing the work of the Most High. You understand? Even when you even get in our generation, there's elders that got this truth. They died in this truth. So you can't say, well, I've been in truth long. I'm supposed to receive this or that. No, that's not up to you. You're supposed to keep doing the work of the Most High. Y'all understand that? Okay, it says here, verse 10, no, we're verse 11. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, which we know we're not going to do, right? See, the parable is to show us what not to do, right? And give us a foreshadowing of how the Most High is doing things. He's telling you how he's getting the people ready for the kingdom, your job, where you come from. If you listen to the parable, he's telling us all these things in these parables. This is one parable, then he tells you about the 5 virgins that were wise and the 5 that were foolish. Then he tells you the other parable about the wheat and the tares sowed amongst them. So all these are parables or examples about the kingdom of heaven, how it's being gathered, and what things are going to go about going to get the kingdom of heaven. Satan's going to try to come in and it says some seed didn't take root in that brother or sister, and they won't last. Right? Then it says Satan comes and take away what is sown in their heart. In Matthew 13, in those parables. Then in the parable of the 5 wise virgins and 5 foolish, it's another showing us that we're being prepared for the kingdom of heaven. But guess what? There's a lot of people not getting the things prepared to make it to the end. Then this parable, you see that? All these parables is showing us how to make it to the end. We're not going to have no excuse. You're not going to have no excuse. Oh, I didn't know I had to do this. I didn't know I had to be ready here. He gave you all these instances and examples to show you what? How to be consistent. How to endure to the end. Y'all see that? All right, so let's get back on these parables. This one, he's showing us what? Well, these cats that came at the beginning of the day, they think something more was due to them. And it's not. There's nothing more that's due to us that has been in the truth 25, 26 years for a brother or sister that's been in a year. There's nothing due. Only thing that is due for us is what? The reward, which is the kingdom. The Most High don't owe us nothing. He don't owe us nothing. So come off your little, you doing us a favor by taking up a seat high horse. You ain't doing us no favor. You're doing yourself a favor. Remember that. It's putting us in perspective, ain't it? Y'all see that? It says, saying these last have wrote but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal to unto us, which have borne the burden and heat of the day. So I'm not going to do it. The scriptures say, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. You know why you can't do this? You know why you can't go in this mind and think that just because you've been in the truth 30 years, and the brother or sister, they've been in the truth an hour, and they're going to get the same reward? That's not fair. You know why you can't let this mind take hold of you? Could somebody tell me?
Pride.
Right, pride will come in. What else? What else will come in? Why?
Lack of knowledge.
Okay, what else? Yeah. Laura.
Well, you would start envying them and judging them unless one's replaced.
You would envy them and judging them. Okay, what else? All those are right. None is wrong. But what else? You start worrying about this person more than yourself. And that's usually when you deal with these laborers. The Israelite problem is you always looking at what the hell somebody else doing. That's why you lock into the negative person more. Because you always want to use the negative example, but you won't use the positive. You're too caught up on what the hell somebody else is doing. Remember, we're a nation, and we have to come together as a nation. But at the same time, you're seeking out your own soul salvation. So you're trying to use somebody else as an excuse why for you not to do what you need to be doing. That's the wrong move. And that's where this mentality gets you. Because you're starting to look at what this other person is doing instead of saying, let me keep in my lane. Let me keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I can be prepared when Christ comes back. So I can be ready when Christ comes back. Y'all get that? The bigot is one of the biggest mistakes. Till right now, Israelites got problems. They always got, I'm sure you got 100 excuses why you don't want to do what you're doing because this other brother or sister. I guarantee you got 100 excuses why you shouldn't be doing it because somebody else is doing something else. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You stay in your lane. The Most High is going to deal with them. Trust me. Nobody gets away with anything, from King Supreme to the person that's mopping the floors. Everybody, the Most High sees everything. You understand that? I'm going to read on. It says here, saying, these have wrote, verse 12, saying, these have wrote but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal to us, which have borne the burden and the heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is, and go thy way, and I will give unto thee unto this last, even as unto thee. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine eye evil because I am good? So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen. So now we're understanding what? Everybody's going to get that same reward, right? The first is going to be last, and the last will be first. You get to sit in that kingdom, right? Now, as far as where you sit, what level you sit on, Christ is going to give that. We know that, right? Okay, and I went over it. I ran through it because it's a good parable, man. It's a good question. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. All right. So what's the next one?
Is Easter in the Bible? Where did it come from?
The word Easter, that word translated from Greek is in the Bible. The word Easter. But if you look up that word, I'm going to show you something. Go to your Zondervan and look up Easter. Y'all got to know this. Did y'all know Easter was in the Bible? See? The word Easter is there. Y'all got to know this, man. You know why? Because people will be like, see, Easter is in the Bible. But Easter is in the Bible. The word Easter is in the Bible, but the custom is not what Easter is talking about. Watch. Read Easter out of your Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary.
Come on. It says in Acts 12 and 14.
So we're going to go to Acts 12 verse 14, but he's going to read on. Go ahead.
But correctly translated Passover.
Right. So Easter, when you go to Acts 12 verse 14, says correctly what?
Passover.
It says the correct translation should have been Passover. Okay? 12 and what?
12 verse 4.
12 and 4. So once again, y'all got to know this. Because somebody will run up to you online and hit you with a whole doctrine based off of what you don't know.
Right.
But it says here, and 12 and 4, right? And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. So we know that's a bad translation. That should have been Passover. Now, we know what the custom of Passover is. Y'all see that? All right. So, yeah, it is there, and it's a bad translation. We know that even going into Passover, there's no such thing as bunnies laying eggs. There's no such thing as the custom that we serve, or excuse me, not we, but they serve in Christianity. It ain't got nothing to do with what the Bible's talking about. So you got to separate the two, the word and the custom. The word Easter meant Passover. That custom is in the Bible, okay, and how we supposed to celebrate that high holy day, all right, which is coming up, all right. So hopefully that answered your question. Go ahead. What's the next one, sister?
Please explain 1 Corinthians 7, 21 and 22.
Chapter 7, verse 21.
1 Corinthians what?
7, verse 21 and 22.
1 Corinthians 7, verse 21 and 22. Go ahead.
Come, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Art thou called, being a servant?
Mm-hmm.
Care not for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather.
Mm-hmm.
For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, also he that is called, being free, is Christ's servant.
Right. So, I mean, it's sometimes it's be so easy for me. I gotta understand that. Just breaking it down, right? Read it one more time. Read it again.
Come, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
Art thou called, being a servant?
Well, you are called being a servant. Okay. We're servants. We're stewards. Go ahead.
Come. Care not for it.
Right. So don't let it consume you. You know, because Some people, when they hear a word like servant, prisoner, they what? They let it affect them. Like, nah, I got to be a prisoner. I got to be a servant for Christ. We were just talking about that. What he was saying when he first got here, he was like, dang, I got to be a teacher. I gotta sit and study and learn all this. At first, he was like, damn, that was a burden on him. The Most High said, no, you're a servant, but you're still free. But you're free to do the will of the Most High. You're free to do the work of the Most High. Don't let that negatively affect you or wear you down in your mind as though it's like, dang, now I got to be a servant. I can't live my own life. No, your life is supposed to be dedicated to the Most High. Y'all see that? Go ahead.
Use it rather.
Right, so use that. If you're a servant, take hold of that. You know you're a servant for the Most High. Do what?
Use it.
You do what?
Use it.
You
right.
got to use it. So if it says if you give a prophet a cup of water, you receive a prophet's reward. So how could I be more of a servant for the Most High? Right? How could I be a better servant or steward instead of letting it wear me down or negatively affect me or burden me? Go ahead.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman.
Right, because you're a servant, but now you're free. You're free from what?
Idols.
You're free from the lies. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free, right?
Right.
You was in bondage to the world, right? Now you're free from the world, but you made yourself what? A servant to Christ. That's what he's showing us here. Go ahead.
Come. Being a servant is the Lord's freeman.
Read.
Likewise, also, he that is called, being free, is Christ's servant.
So you see that. He's telling you, he's reminding you. You can't say that either, right? Oh, I'm free, brother. I'm not a servant. No, you're Christ's servant, right? Read on.
Verse 23. Ye are bought with a price.
You're what?
Bought with a price.
You're bought with the price. Go ahead.
Be not ye the servants of men.
Right. So don't be servants of men. What, like we were just talking about. Stop sitting in the seats. Oh, worrying about if this brother or sister's not here, you're not going to come next time. Or if they put their spirit half-ass into it, I'm going to put my spirit half-ass into it. Stop worrying about what that brother or sister doing and worry about what you need to be doing. Because Christ is not going to come back and say, hey, Laura, did you keep a good eye on Edith? And make sure she was doing what she was supposed to be doing? No. He's going to say, did you do what you're supposed to be doing? And then if you were the type of person to complain and say, oh, you know what, man? I couldn't do my job because of Ray. You couldn't do your job because of Ray? Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because his hair is too long. Okay, well, I'll deal with Ray. I'm going to check on him. But why you didn't do what I told you to do? You slothful, wicked servant. You're not going to... No excuse of another person is supposed to hold you back from doing the will of the Most High. I keep throwing that out there because it keeps coming out. But also at the same time, you got a lot of Israelites that do that. You got a lot of people that are anchored. They're anchored by excusing or excuses because of other people. You're Christ's servant. Y'all understand that? It says you're bought with a price. And not, it says, be ye not servants of men. What does that mean? Because you are servants of men. You are serving men, right? So what does it mean by be ye not servants of men? Go ahead, Laura.
Don't put them before your word of the Most High's gift.
Right? What else?
Don't sit in the seat of this one.
Okay, you got it. What? Yeah.
I'm taking it as following the multitude of men. Like following like a lot of men's mindsets.
No, y'all supposed to listen. You're supposed to link it with another scripture. It's showing you don't what?
I was going to say, men, don't be men pleasers.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Come.
You don't supposed to be men pleasers. Because we're here. We are servants of men. I'm bound to you. Paul even comes back. And I'll find it. Find that for me real quick. I'm a wonder. But we are servants of men. Right? We're stewards. Right? We're ministers. But at the same time, we're doing it towards men, but we're with our conscience towards the Most High. You understand that?
Right.
So you give a prophet a cup of water, you receive a prophet's reward, right? So I'm giving you the cup of water with my conscience towards who? The Most High, right? It has to be that way. Why? Because you might take the water and be like, I don't want that water. Which men usually do, right? Men and women usually do. They disappoint you, right? So you can't do it for man. You can't men please. You got to remember, you're a servant. You're a servant for the Most High. You're a servant for Christ, right? So love your office. That's what you're here for. So that's what he's reminding us. Okay? All right. Go to Ephesians 4, verse 1. Ephesians 4, verse 1. What was that scripture the scripture we just went over? The Corinthians.
1 Corinthians 7 and 21 and 22. What scripture did you ask me to find?
Oh, I'll find it. I got it. Go to Ephesians 4, verse 1. Let's read that one real quick.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord,
Right.
beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
Right. So, Paul is telling us what? We are prisoners. We are servants. We are slaves. We are to the Most High. But to our brothers. When you look at the dynamic of what the Most High did, that's what it is. If I got to be here and teach, right? Regardless of how many people's in class, because I got to teach. That's my office, right? Okay. But how about if I use an excuse and say, well, they ain't listening. I mean, how many prophets have done that? Jonah did it. Right? Well, why I got to go to Nineveh? You see that? So you got these excuses to where they use man as an excuse of why not to do it. And what did the Most High come back and show Jonah? Don't worry about man. Just do what I ask you to do. You see that? So once again, knowing that you're a servant to the Most High, but your servitude is towards men. Right? Come? Go ahead, read it again.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
Right. So we have to walk worthy of the vocation wherewith we are called. And what is our calling? What was our calling? What was our vocation? What?
To be fishers of men.
To be fishers of men. What else? There's no wrong. Go ahead. Doing the work of the Most High. What is that? What?
Reading the scriptures, applying the scriptures.
What else? What?
I was gonna say a scripture, but I can't find it.
Come on.
Basically, we being priests and prophets of the Most High.
Right. Being priests and prophets of the Most High. What else? Ministering. That's what it is. All that, everything we're doing is for somebody else. You're learning the word, and after you learn it, you're supposed to what? You're supposed to share it. You're doing it for somebody else. Right? The charity, the love, the unity. Right? That's with somebody else. To be a participant in all that, right? So you have to see that everything we're doing is to be a servant for man. But at the same time, it's not. because we're doing it for the Most High. Because when man disappoints, you got to remember, okay, you know what? I'm not doing it per se for man. I'm doing it to please the Most High. Y'all get that? I threw that in there because we read down, but hopefully that answered their question. That's good on that. That's good on that. What's the next one? Because I want to get into this class.
Please
Go.
explain Matthew's 24:29.
Matthew's what?
24:29.
Matthew's 24, verse 29.
Come.
You know what? Hold on. Add this one because this is the one I was looking for. Colossians 3, verse 22 and 23. Yeah, the sister hit me with that one right there. Need to put that one on the map. Read that one real quick. Just with the last one, and then we'll jump. Go ahead.
Colossians chapter 3, verse.
Colossians 3:22.
Oh, God. Colossians chapter 3, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service.
Right. So you see that, right?
Oh.
It's hitting all the dynamics in this statement, in this scripture. Read it again. Check it out.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Servants, obey in all things your master according
Right.
to the
So
flesh.
he's reminding us that we're what? We're servants.
Oh.
See? So just with the last question, showing that we are stewards, we're servants. But Paul was reminding us, sometimes when you realize that you're a servant, it's almost like it's a burden instead of a joy to understand that the Most High called you. He said, don't let it be a burden on you, but use it. Use it rather, man. Give yourself to it. Go ahead.
Come. According to the flesh, not with eye service,
Right.
as men pleasers,
Right?
but in singleness of heart,
Right?
fearing God.
Right. So once again, just like we said earlier, that you're doing these things to men, but you're doing it for the Most High. That's what everything comes back down to. Y'all get that? Go ahead.
Verse 23.
Uh-huh.
And whatsoever ye do it heartily, as it to the Lord.
Do it heartily unto what?
As to the Lord.
Right. Now, why is Paul coming back and reminding us about that? Because you have some brothers and sisters come and say, what? I'm not here for you.
Right.
I'm not here for you, brother. You don't need to say that. We know that. But does that mean what? You get to crap on everybody and doodle on everything that the work is? No, you're supposed to still do it with what? Love. You're supposed to still do it with love as you're doing it to the Most High. You can't use that as a, I'm not here to please you, Ak. I'm here for the Most High. Yeah, and what did the Most High say? Do. He said when you deal with your brother, he said how you deal with him is how you would deal with me, right?
As to the Lord.
As unto the Lord. And then in 1 John it tells you that. It says, how could you say you hate, give me that one real quick. It says, it's right with this one though. It's 1 John. Yeah. Yeah. Thou art correct. 1 John 4. Then we'll jump to the next question. 1 John 4, verse 20. Go ahead.
Come. 1 John chapter 4, verse 20.
Uh-huh.
If a man say, I love God, and
Hated.
and hateth his brother,
Uh-huh.
he is a liar.
Right.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
Yeah. So how are you going to say you love the Most High, but you hate your brother? So what are those two scriptures showing us? that how you treat your brother is how you would treat the Most High, how you would treat Christ. So you can check that off of your smart ass list. I don't know. You got brothers and sisters still use that. I'm not here for you, brother. Like, Khan, what does that mean? What does that mean when you say that? I'm not here for you, brother. What does that mean? Like, you can act a fool now? No, that still means you better be in order. You're here for the Most High, and what did the Most High say do? Servants, be obedient to your masters, right? Wives, love your husbands and obey them as unto the Lord, right? Right? Yeah, you can't use it. Oh, I'm not here for you. I'm not here to man please. You're not. But what did he say you were to do to show that you're not men pleasing? Be humble. Be in order. Love. Right? All these attributes. So you can check that one out of your childish remark list. All right, so let's move to the next one. What next question?
Please explain Matthews 24 and 29.
Matthew 24, 29. Let's go there.
Come. Matthew chapter 24.
Matthew 24, 29. Oh, somebody got hit. Go ahead.
Verse 29.
Uh-huh.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Right. So this is, first of all, this is speaking in two folds, to where it's going to be at that point that Christ comes back, you're not going to see the moon. You're not going to see the stars. You're not going to see these things. Why? Because it's going to be blackened with the chariots that are going to fill the heavens. So no, you're not going to have light of the moon or the sun. The only thing you're going to see is darkness. Remember that scripture? It says the day of the Lord is darkness. Exactly. Why? Because the heavens are going to be filled with 200 million angels. And they're going to block out the sun. So it's speaking from that point, in the last days as the return, the day of the Lord shall be darkness. Okay, find that one for me too. But also it's talking about symbolically, the sun always represented wisdom and the moon represented understanding. So their wisdom and their understanding, their stars and the people you look up to, they're falling more and more as the days get closer. It's going to be revealed that his wisdom, the white man wisdom, America's wisdom is nothing. So speaking from the technical things that's going to happen in the future, and also the symbolic things that are happening right now. What?
I find it's Amos chapter 5 verse 18.
Go ahead, read that.
Amos chapter 5 verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
To what end is it for you?
Go ahead.
The day of the Lord is darkness
Uh-huh.
and not light.
Right.
As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him.
Right. So because he's showing us the day of the Lord is going to be pain, suffering, fear, dread. It ain't going to be what we taught. It's going to be a joyous day. Everybody's going to sing Kumbaya. My Lord, Jesus is going to come down with long hair and he's going to pass out. Nah. Revelation said the wrath of the Lamb. So Christ is coming back for bloodshed. So that's why it's going to be darkness. The skies are going to be covered. The angels are going to be running according to, what is it? Is it Joel or the chapter where it says they shall run like sparks. It's Joel. So without going, because I'm trying to get into my class now because it's running a little late, but this is what it means by the day of the Lord is darkness. Yeah.
Joel 2 and 7.
Right, Joel, when you go to Joel, the 2nd chapter, it shows you the day of the Lord is going to be death and destruction. On top of all the other scriptures that we've touched over many times that go with it also. So those two ways is what that scripture is speaking about. All right, what's the next one?
Please explain 1 Corinthians 11 and 4.
1 Corinthians 11 and 4. Let's go there.
1 Corinthians. Oh, shit, calm you
1 Corinthians 11 and 4. Y'all got it?
guys.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonors his head. Fuck. Oh.
Somebody. Okay. Read it again.
Come. Verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonors his head.
Just read it from verse 1.
Come. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
Right.
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things.
Right.
And keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you.
Right. So if you understand what he's talking about the order. He's going to establish the order. Okay, go ahead.
Come on. Verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Right.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Right.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right. So God, Christ, man, woman. Go ahead.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonors his head.
Right. So when a man prays, when he prays or prophesy, teach, we don't supposed to have our head covered. That's why if you see brothers with scarves, they have a hole in the middle of the scarf. Because the crown of your head is supposed to be open. Okay? That connection. The man got that spiritual connection. You got to think about it like this. Look at it as a plug. The Most High is the ultimate power. And we're plugged into Him. So our head, right, doesn't supposed to be covered, shutting off that power. You got to look at it as a socket. You understand? If you got something blocking that socket off, the connection can't connect. So this is spiritually what he's showing us. That our connection is to the Most High. So God, Christ, man, right? And then the woman has to link into the man. She can't bypass the man and go right to Christ. That's not how he said. He said, wives, obey your husbands as what? As unto the Lord. So you can't just be like, well, listen, I don't need to obey you. I'm obeying Christ. Well, you have to obey him if you're obeying Christ. Because that's what he wanted. Y'all see that? So that's the link. So when you cover your head, it's symbolically saying you're shut off. Okay? And the man wasn't supposed to do that. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 5. But every woman that prayed or prophesied.
Right, so they just wanted 4? Okay, so read 4 again.
Come. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered.
Right, so we know who our head is, right?
Come.
The Most High. So we don't supposed to have our head covered or when we pray or prophesize. Alright? Y'all got that, right? Okay, go ahead. What's the next one?
Christians are looking for a peace treaty to be made with Israel, and the breaking of that treaty is what kicks off tribulation. Is that true?
Christians are what?
Christians are looking for a peace treaty to be made with Israel, and the breaking of that treaty is what kicks off the tribulation. Is that true?
I'm not sure what you're talking about there. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are they saying Christians in general, or they talking about Christianity and Israelites? I'm not sure what you're talking about on that. Go ahead. What's the next one? That's the last one? Yeah, well, we give them a second to come back. And then if not, we'll go into this class here. Did anybody in here have any questions on anything? No? Okay. Yes, sis.
It's on the. It says, "Be ye followers of me."
Uh-huh.
Who's speaking?
Paul.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. That was his, sis?
Yes.
Okay, so,
They said Christians in general.
oh, Christians in general. So what was the question?
Christians are looking for a peace treaty to be made with Israel, and the breaking of that treaty is what kicks off the tribulation. Is that true?
The breaks off, the starts the tribulation. Okay, listen. First of all, the tribulation is already had. It's already here. We're in the tribulation. You know what I mean? Yeah.
They call the land of Israel over there with the so-called Jews.
Yeah.
I
That.
see that in TV all the time.
Oh, really? They talking about the land? Are you talking about the land, or are you talking about the Israelite people, the true Hebrew Israelites? So yeah, that's a question. You know what? You hit me up later, and then we can talk over it, because we're just gonna have to keep going back, and I don't understand what you're saying. So you can always hit me up later though after class. 321-960-8411. All right. We're gonna go into this class tonight. When I was putting this class together, I was trying to figure out what to name it. And I think the name is "You're Not Needed." you're not needed. The reason why is because, once again, the Most High doesn't need us. We need the Most High. Okay, so go to Matthew's. I want you to go to Matthew's 3 verse 9. Go to Matthew's 3 verse 9. And read that.
Matthew chapter 3, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And think not to say within yourselves,
Uh-huh.
we have Abraham to our father. For I say unto you that God is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham.
Right. So I think really what I've been saying tonight about this high horse is that a lot of us think that and don't understand that we need the Most High. We cried to the Most High. We begged and pleaded for the Most High. We prayed to the Most High, right? When we asked the Most High to send somebody, to wake us up, to deliver me, right? To put me around the right people. And the Most High did that. A lot of time you don't see it because it's not your way. You understand that? It's not the way that you want it. It's not what you want. So you're not understanding that, dang, this is good for me. It's good for my spirit. So a lot of times you think, man, that you forget that the Most High saved you. He pulled you out of this world. You understand that? So read this again, because Christ was telling the Pharisees and the Sadducees something. Read this.
Matthew chapter 3, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know what? Read 8.
Read verse 8.
Yeah.
Bring forth.
Read 7. I'm sorry.
Come. Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
But when he saw many of the Pharisees and
Sadducees. Uh-huh.
come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come?
Mm-hmm.
Bring forth, therefore, fruits meet for repentance.
Right. Go ahead.
And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our fathers.
Right, and this is the wrong mind state to say that you're Hebrew Israelite and that's all you need. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, brother. I got the knowledge just like you. That's not all we need. Because if that was the case, you were born a Hebrew Israelite. That's the first step. It's almost like saying, you know what? Now I know Christ is black, I'm saved. Does that mean you're saved because you know Christ is black? Does it mean you're saved because you know you're a Hebrew Israelite? Well, you have to watch that mentality, because a lot of time you get comfortable thinking like, you know what? I'm good. Well, you're not taking a look at what the Most High, what is the Most High going to give you salvation based off of? You understand? This keeps us humble, man. It keeps us fighting and striving to be better, to do more. And that's what this class is about. Just a reminder to show you, man, you're supposed to be wanting to do more, wanting to get better, not thinking like, let me go back into the idle mind state. What we read in Matthew's earlier, right? So read that part again.
Matthew chapter 3, verse 9. And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father. For I say unto you that God is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham.
The Most High said he don't need you. He don't need you. He don't need me. So what? I've been in the truth so 20, 30 years. He can raise up a man way more mightier. He can raise up a stone way more mightier. So I'll use me as an example. At any time, any flick of the wrist, the Most High can remove me out of the way. That's what happens when you deal with death in life. You really realize the Most High can dust your ass any minute. So who are you? Who are you to be complaining and crying and always trying to find a reason why not to do the will of the Most High? We got to check ourselves. We're nobody. We're nothing. And he checked us as a nation. He's like, listen, I'll raise up stones. Right? This is what we have to see. Go from there. Go to Exodus 32, verse 9. We have to see this, man. Exodus 32, verse 9.
Exodus chapter 32, verse 9.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people.
Right.
And behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
Right. It says it is a what?
Stiff-necked people.
It is a stiff-necked people, man. And that's the problem with Israel. Israel is stubborn. What's a stiff-necked person? What is that?
Hard-headed.
Hard-headed, what does that mean? What is a hard-headed person? Yeah. You can't tell them anything. What else? You can't prove to them. Oh, that's even... You can't even prove it. You know why? Because in their mind, they're going to stay the same. Look that up. Look up stiff-neck and hard-head. No, not you, let them do it so you can keep reading. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Now, therefore, let me alone that my wrath may wax hot against them.
Right.
And that I may consume them.
Right.
And I will make of thee a great nation.
Listen, the Most High said, Moses, move aside. I'm going to destroy Israel. And I'm going to make of you, one man, a great nation. You understand that? You know why I'm going over this? I'm going to use me first because I know I'm going to hurt some of y'all feelings. Because at any time, the Most High I can walk out the door And he can snipe me, and the next brother can come and do what? Teach. He can put the spirit on a man to dedicate himself just as much as I have been to learn this wisdom and knowledge and teach. You think because you do a flyer, you think because you do a garment, you do one garment like it trips me out. I'm sorry. It trips me out because y'all not looking and you're not reading these scriptures. He said to Moses, "Move aside. I'll kill all the Israelites and make Moses a great people." He said, "I'll raise up stones." But you got brothers and sisters. Why do they do that? Why do they come and act like you're doing the Most High a favor? You're doing the work a favor. It's this new generation, because when I first came in, dude, I was hungry for this knowledge. You know what I mean? I was hungry. And I say when I first came in, because like you all know, I was born in the truth, but still, when I say I came in is when I actually start doing works. You know what I mean? I don't count myself being in, because that ain't, to me, I was being a kid, living my life. Until I became a man and put away childish things, then I came in. But, you know, that's how it was when we came in, man. We wanted to do the will of the Most High. We desired, we knew that any point in any time, the Most High can wipe your ass off the face of the earth and move somebody else in their place. Now, let me say this. This is not to give you an excuse. This is not to give you an excuse. Give Edith an excuse so she say, you know what? Because I can say he don't need us anyway. I'm going to go. That's not to give you an excuse. But what's the point of this? What's the point of him saying we can raise up stones? What's the point of him saying that, Moses, move aside, I'll make you a great nation? What's the point? What?
If you don't want to do it or your will, the Most High will find someone else.
Say it loud. Like an unproud. Say it loud. Say it loud though, because they need to say it one more time. Read it louder. Read. No, go ahead. Say it.
If you don't want to do it out of your own heart, the Most High will find someone else who will.
If you don't want to do it out of the goodwill of your heart, your mind, he'll find somebody that will. You're replaceable. Quick. Like this. Like this. Think about it. Be a demon at home. Most High move, send your husband a good woman. Place you like that. Gone. You want to know why he's entertaining somebody else? Because you're not being a good wife. Gone. Same thing with us here. It's like you have brothers that don't really want to put in time and spirit into the will of the Most High, to the work, to teaching, to studying. He's like, listen, I'm going to take what you got, I'm going to take that away from you. And I'm going to give it to somebody that will do the work. You understand that? So this is what the point where me going here is showing that if he can take one man and make a great nation, it's nothing for him to move us little peons out of the way and raise up a great person, right? Because that's what we are. I'm first. I'm saying me first, so you don't get your little chonies in all tight. He can move me any of us, any of we. You understand that? That's why you have to stay humble. What did you have? What definition we had? What you got, Sade? Go ahead.
A shrewd and tough person, a stubborn, unmovable person. Any or several fishes have a bone. Oh, that's different. Stubborn, willful.
Right. So what you're looking up?
Hard-headed.
Hard-headed. What did it say?
A shrewd and tough person, a stubborn, unmovable person.
Okay.
Stubborn, willful.
It's stubborn and willful. Just went off. Test. It went off. Testing. Test. Right, so stubborn and willful. What else you got? Yeah. Stubborn and hard-headed. Hardened? Haughty. Stiff-necked. What else we got on stiff-necked? That's it? What you got, sis?
Well, I got for stiff, not easily bent or changed in shape, rigid, and flexible.
Right. Good one. Because they can't be flexed. They can't be used. It's too rigid, right? Right?
Come on.
So that's where the stiff-neck, that's what he said by where we're a stiff-necked nation. Why? Because we're unchangeable. We're unwilling to bend, right? We're unwilling to see, to wake. We got our way and that's it. That's where he calls us a stiff-necked and rebellious nation. All right, so read that one more time.
Come. Exodus chapter 32, verse 9.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now, therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them.
Right, that I may what?
Consume them.
Uh-huh.
And I will make of thee a great nation.
And I will make of thee a great nation. So we're replaceable. We're lucky the Most High made an oath to our forefathers, right? Because that's why he hasn't done away with us. The Most High could have just easily said, listen, you broke the contract, you're done. I'm not going to renew the contract. You know that new contract? The new covenant? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do away with all of it. And I'm going to set up another nation up over y'all. For another 400 years. Imagine that. Imagine this lasting 1,000 years. 1,000 years of slavery. You got to think about how much love the Most High has for us. Okay, let that one go. Go to Galatians 6, verse 3. Go to Galatians 6 and 3. Read that. Galatians 6, verse 3. Come on.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Yeah, so we gotta stop thinking we're something. Stop thinking that that the Most High don't got 144,000. 2/3 has to die. 1/3 has to be saved, right? Where do you fit in that? I'm gonna ask y'all this. If there's not one path, then there's many paths, right? Then the Bible's wrong. Listen, if there's not one path, then there's many. And if there's many paths, then the Bible is wrong. You know why I said that? Why I say that, Edith?
Because scripture says there's one way.
Right? But why did I say what I said? Why would Israel have to be reminded of that? What?
Because we worship other idols and we toss to and fro doctrine.
Yeah, because you got a lot of Israel still thinking that being tossed is okay. Confused is okay. double-minded is okay. That we're supposed to be on the path to do the will of the Most High. You understand? When y'all think about me, you think I wake up every day doubting, figuring out if I'm going to serve the Most High? Yeah, I'm going to do this work today. I'm going to teach. Is that what you think about your elders, leaders? Well, what do you think about yourself? You know your battles, right? 1 minute you in it, and 1 minute you're not. Well, why are you like that, and why am I not?
Being tossed to and fro.
You got tossed to and fro, but why though? But why are they tossed? What?
I was about to say, just off what my parents were saying, they giving me all these YouTubes, and I'm sitting here trying to learn Daniel chapter 7. I got 3 pages.
No, right, but still, it still comes back down to you.
Oh.
What?
It's a lack of faith.
Lack of faith? What?
They're not letting go.
They're not letting go what? Basha?
You're not fully persuaded.
You're not fully persuaded? What?
Not rooted in scriptures.
You're not rooted in all of it's right. But what we talking about tonight, a lot of times, man, brothers and sisters think the Most High owed you something. And you're not realizing that the Most High is doing everything in His power for you. That's why you were given the knowledge. That's why we were given this word. We weren't given this word to trample on it. We weren't given this word to like Yahweh, yeah, you need me. Like y'all sisters need me. You don't need me. You don't need me. We don't need each other. We all need the Most High. And in righteousness, we need each other. Y'all see that? But this is where a lot of Israelites go off and why their battle, why they are losing their battle. You understand that? So read it one more time.
Galatians chapter 6 verse 3.
For
if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Yeah, when a man think himself to be something and he is nothing, why is he telling us we're nothing? Because he's reminding us what sin you came out of. The things in the world you did. The filth you did in the world. The only thing that should be on your mind is what? Salvation. But what else? Yeah, but what? Why serve the Most High? What's the first thing that's supposed to be on your mind? Is that you owe the Most High. You're bought with a price. You know why you're going through so much soap opera drama? Because that ain't the first thing on your mind. The first thing in your head ain't, I'm bought with a price, I owe the Most High. So you got every other confused mentality or thought or spirit confusing you. You want to call back? Like, why are you hitting me up and asking me the most dumbest questions? You don't know how to control your anger, your lust, your pride, but you want to know about how many angels are going to rule in the Most High's kingdom. It'd be the most craziest questions. Your friend commits suicide one week, but the next week you want to know if the earth is round or not. Like, how the hell is the earth being flat going to help you out on how to be mentally stable in life? How to serve the Most High with humility and righteousness. That's one example. I show you your brain be off. Because your mind is not thinking, damn, I'm bought with a price. I'm supposed to be here serving and doing the will of the Most High. Just ask yourself, what's your battle? How about this? We'll do it this way. What's some of the battles that brothers and sisters are going through? Come on, that's how we do it. You got to word it the right way because nobody wants to put themselves on blast, right? So what are some of the battles that Israelites are going through now in day and age? Not you guys, but some other people. What?
People passing away.
People passing away what? Go ahead, Dabashaya.
It could be pride, envy, lust, jealousy.
Pride, envy, lust, jealousy. What else? What?
Submitting.
Okay, submitting. Right? See, thank you for not being too general. Because we know, and I'm not nothing against what you said, Dabashaya, but we know it's pride, lust, all these things. But I'm asking y'all, what is your battle? Not you. I don't know which other way to say it. I'm not asking you to tell me your battle. I'm telling you to give me the supposed battle of someone in the truth. So what are the supposed battles of, I know you don't get it, Dabashaya, don't worry about it. What?
Patience.
What?
Patience.
The supposed battle is patience. Patience. But how the hell is you lacking patience when you should be saying to my... Patience shouldn't even be a battle. Because you know why? The Most High just delivered you and brought you to do a work that's not yours. So common sense should tell you that patience shouldn't even be a battle within you because this is not your work. You're doing everything on the Most High's time. See, you see how I'm going to relate everything right back to if you just understood that you've been given a gift, a duty, a service, this office to live in righteousness, it would be easy on you. But you don't look at it that way. You don't look at it as, I got the blood of Christ. He died for me on the cross. You're not looking at it like these things. So you're coming up with these fictitious battles, these fictitious problems. And I know you're saying, well, that is my battle. That is my problem. Well, the only reason why it's your battle and your problem is because your first thought is not, let me serve Christ with my whole heart, my whole mind, my whole spirit. That's why it's a battle. Because a battle is an excuse that's coming in to what? To deter you from your path, right? Why am I not giving myself? Because this brother, he said something to me, or because I'll use your watch now. You said patience, right? You got brothers and sisters problem with patience. Well, you're the type of person that wants things done like this, that, and this, right? And because you have to wait on everybody, right? Now you have to learn patience, right? And you're being impatient because you have to wait, right? How is that even a battle? Common sense tell you you're going to have, when you deal with everybody else and all the dynamics of different people, you're going to have to wait. I'm just saying that if you guys look at yourselves and look at all these things you create in your mind that what you call so-called problems, is because you lack the one thing. You lack humility in saying, I'm a servant for the Most High. I'm a servant for Christ. So if I got to be patient, I got to wait, I got to wait. What?
What do you use that is not your work? You're saying it's not because I'm doing this for the Most High, not for mine. We have to wait.
So you manipulated it now because it's not your work. And you wanted to get done. You want the Most High's work to get done in a certain amount of time, that you're justified for the lack of patience because it is the Most High's work?
No, I was asking you what you said. You said, how can that be your battle if it's not your work?
Right.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning that if you look at what the Most High has you in, nothing is based off of your time. Everything is based off of the will of the Most High. So, being the thought process of trying to control everything to go a certain way, you can't, because man's goings of the Lord. Right? But aren't we going through all these different issues and breaking it down? Well, the point of me asking you was for what? What was the point of me asking you that? Right, but the point of me asking y'all was because when it all comes down to it, these battles take hold of you because you don't go back and realize that you're a servant of the Most High. It's not your program. It's not your will. It's the will of the Most High. Let me keep focused on that. If you're focused on that, you wouldn't have all these other problems. Y'all don't see that, do you? You don't get it? You get how it relates? Go from there. Go to, you finish that, Galatians 6:3.
Come.
Okay, read it one more time.
Come. Galatians chapter 6, verse 3.
Go ahead.
For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Right, so that's what the point of me going to Exodus 32, verse 9 and 10 was to show that at any time Israel, they put themselves on this pedestal. The Most High said, listen, I'll take Moses and make him a great nation. When he said in Matthew 3 and 9 about Abraham raising up stones, the Most High is once again reminding us he doesn't need us. You're replaceable. I'm replaceable. Don't take for granted your calling. That's the point. Go to Deuteronomy 32, verse 19. Deuteronomy 32, verse 19. Go ahead, read that.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 19.
Go ahead.
And when the Lord saw it, he abhorred it.
Right.
He abhorred them, Salah, because of the provoking of his son and of his daughters.
Go ahead.
And he said, I will hide my face from them.
Go ahead.
I will see what their end shall be.
Right, because the Most High, jump to verse 15. Why did the Most High do this?
Come on.
Read 15.
Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
But Jeshurun,
which means uprightful one.
come on.
Yashawan means uprightful one. Go ahead.
Wax fat and kick.
Right, so we got fat, we got bless, and we got what? Thick. You understand? What?
We got comfortable.
We got comfortable, right? You forgot you was just on the damn... You forgot you was on the corner selling dime bags. No, I mean, you got to remind Israel these things because you come to the truth and you act like you're doing the Most High a favor. You're supposed to be running this race. The scriptures say strive for the truth unto death. Not like it's a part-time... that's my part-time gig. You forgot where the hell you were. You forgot you were selling dime bags. You forgot you was in the strip club. You forgot you was damn killing your people. You forgot that. You get in the truth and you get what? You sit back, you wax fat, and you start getting blessed. Right? In the world, you had a nappy-headed hoe. She was disrespectful. In the truth, you got a righteous woman. She wears a dress. She's following the laws. That should be pushing you to do more of the will of the Most High. But you got Israel. They sit back, and they're complaining about the small things. You got brothers and sisters complaining about the small things. You got a ride, right? You call for a ride. In the world, go through the hood. You got brotherhood. You got the commandments. We practice the laws amongst us, right? But go through the hood and go look at those single mothers with their babies at the bus stop, late as hell at night. Where's their brotherhood? Where's their sisterhood?
Where's their help?
Where's their help? Yeah, even their own family. But you got that. You got that brotherhood and that sisterhood. See, what I'm trying to show y'all is y'all got to remember where the hell you came from, because a lot of times you sit here and you act like the Most High owes you. You're supposed to be coming up in here, man, figuring out where the hell you can fit in and benefit and build in. That way, everything that's being given to you, you can give to the next brother and sister that walk through the door. Not sitting up here with your snob-ass nose acting like, you know what, I'll make it there when I want to. Most High's going to move your ass out the way. He's going to move you out the way, and he's going to give your gifts to somebody that appreciates it, that wants to heal and bless his people. Because that's what this is about. This ain't about us sitting here getting knowledge. Getting knowledge. Like, y'all get that, right? Getting knowledge and notes and wisdom. We help families. We help households. We help individuals. That's what this is about. Why do you think we do all the counseling? Right? Why do you think we go back and forth on the forgiving one another and problems with each other? We're not doing that just to do it. We're doing that so practice makes perfect. So we can be perfect and loving and long-suffering and kindness and unity and brotherhood. That's why we're doing all this. That way when the next brother or sister come in and they come in with some damn ignorant madness, you'll be meek enough to look at them and do like Christ said. Wink at ignorance. And say, listen, bro, nah, come over here, bro. We don't do that. Come over here, sis. Sis, let me put you to the side. Nah, we don't do that. Oh yeah, why not? Well, let me show you. When they stubborn and they cocky as hell and they come in and think they know, you can sit there and look at them and just say, keep learning. Keep being humble. That's why we're doing this. You understand that? But you have to appreciate it. Right? Don't make the same mistake we've always made. We wax fat. What else?
Thou art grown thick.
Yeah, you growing over with thickness. He's got his income tax. You got your rib here. Your kids older. They all got their teethuses. Right? But you forgot the damn crack houses. Where kids is growing up in crack houses. In the ghettos, in the slums. Crack babies. Why you what? You good. We're over here drinking $6 juices and I don't got no complaints. There ain't no complaints with me. Why? You know why there's no complaints with me? Because in that moment of stupidity, when I try to complain, I sit around and look at my health, my family, my household, my brothers, my sisters, and say, we ain't got, brother, you ain't got nothing wrong with you. You understand? Ain't nothing wrong with you. You want to know what's wrong? You want to know real pain and real suffering? Go where we go teach the cable show at. Go downtown. Sit down there. Those cats out there hurting. The real hood. You like, I live in the hood. You living nice. You might be in the hood, but guess what? You living nice. The real hood, where they houses on bricks. You know what I mean? Where they got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people in their house. You know what I mean? Where they wearing dirty socks. Right? That's real hood. Read.
Thou art covered with fatness.
Go ahead.
Then he forsook God.
Then what does the typical Israelite do? We get covered with fatness, we get thick, and then we want to like, well, brother, you know what? I was studying. Like, didn't you just want to commit suicide last week, but now you want to go to war with me over what you studying? It'd be the funniest thing. I be laughing on the inside. It's like, you just wanted to kill yourself last week. But all of a sudden now you a scholar, you a Hebrew scholar. Now you can flip through the scriptures and you know everything? Man, stop it. No. And that's what y'all need to be telling these cats that come to you. They say, listen, bro, when's the last time you had you moved out on your own? You still live with your mom. Yeah, niggas live with their mom, but they want to go to war with you about if the earth is round or not. The funny thing is, it's not funny. It's real. I don't have to make this up. It's real. Why? Because their mind is not focused on getting their spirit right, their thoughts right, doing the will of the Most High. Their mind is on getting some fictitious knowledge to make them feel like they're wise and smart. This ain't about that. This is about healing our people, building our nation, showing our people an example. But to do that, you had to be humble enough to remember where the hell you came from, and stop coming in here and acting like you was on top of the world. I know, and I don't like putting people on blast, but some of y'all was filthy as hell, and you know I know too. Some of y'all, the stuff y'all was doing was filthy, but then you want to second question everything, man. You need to be more humble, man. Go ahead.
Which made him.
Right?
And lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
Right. And they lightly esteem Christ. And how do you do that? How do we end up doing that? You lack the faith. You lack the effort. You lack the zeal. You lack the desire. Think about it. You get fat, you get wealthy, you get thick, your skin start looking clear, then what? You stop praying. The same. I have this brother, and I got to give y'all these examples because we could sit here all day and read the scriptures, but you don't know what you're doing that's off. It ain't gonna help. I had this brother. The only time he called me was when he had problems with his woman. Only time. He was calling like, yeah, the scriptures say the script. And I was trying to tell her. And in my head, I'm thinking like, and I'm telling him in the outright way like, she needs to see your example. She needs to see you diligent in class. Or she's not going to follow. But every time he had problem with her, that's when he popped up. That's when we seen him. Why? Because that's what that is. Israel wax fat and they forget about the Most High. Same thing with sisters. You wanna now figure out what's going on when you were told how to be in order, how to guide your house, how to be a humble woman. But now that your lights are paid, your gas is paid, you got money in your pocket, you're eating good. Now, the things that should be important, they're not. So don't think you're doing nothing new. This is what Israelites did. Read.
Come.
Read.
Verse 16.
Go ahead.
They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods.
They did what?
Provoked him to jealousy with strange gods.
Right, and this is the problem. You provoking the Most High to jealousy with things that are not powers. So how do we keep brothers and sisters on track and for them not to go into this mentality? That's the question. Huh? How do we keep them on track? What, Sade?
Sean, leading by example, showing humility.
Stop there. Lead by example. Okay, you got brothers and sisters that are fighting. But the first brother and sister come in and be weak, that's the first one that weak brother and sister wants to follow. The first one. You got strong brothers and sisters. Right? But they'll be quick as hell to follow the weak example. You'll follow the weak example. And wait till that brother that was strong make the first mistake. Then you want to recognize him. But follow the strong example. Why can't you do that? Why? Why is that not happening? And it's not y'all, this is Israel. I'm not saying that because, remember, y'all are fighting. Y'all are here. Y'all are doing it. These classes are about how to keep doing it. Because if not, you're going to put yourself on some pedestal and think you're owed something. When he doesn't owe us nothing. We owe him. That's the point of this class. To keep fighting. Y'all get that? Go ahead, read.
With abominations provoke they him to anger.
Read.
They sacrifice unto devils.
Read.
Not to God.
Read.
To gods whom they knew not.
Go ahead.
To new God.
To what?
To new God.
You'll be, like you said, think about it, and if it's okay if I can talk about what we were talking about earlier. 1 minute, his mom and his dad were super Hebrew Israelites. And now they're telling him, oh, Christ ain't real. You know why? You know why that's funny to me? Because it's not them. That's every Israelite now in this day and age. Go online. 1 minute they believe here. 1 minute they believe this. The next minute they believe this. It's like it's mockery. It's a sideshow. How do you not be that? How do you not become that? 1 minute you believe in Christ and the next minute, no, he was made up. What?
Well, with me, I need to stay focused on the Most High. The reason why I'm doing it, not for me to get a name, but for the Most High to get a name. So whatever you want me to do, I gotta do it.
There you go.
If I gotta travel, I gotta travel.
There you go.
If I gotta scrape up some gas money, that's just what I gotta do.
Right.
So that's it.
Right, and that, but see, that's the thing that, in that, you're saying that penny, that woman that gave that penny. Right now, I got that penny. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna give my all, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. Not saying, "Oh, I just got a penny. I ain't gonna get this." You're supposed to say, "Okay, this is all I got. This is all I'm giving." And I hope y'all don't think I'm talking about money. I'm talking about spirit. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about whatever you can do. You got all your arms, your legs, your heads, your eyes, right? You're healthy. So how about being committed, diligent? A lot of people are got all their limbs. They can't just be diligent. Why? Because they're constantly thinking they're owed something, or you're doing the Most High favor. You're doing the brothers and sisters a favor. We're all doing this will of the Most High to help our nation. We're all doing, all of us, a favor if you want to look at it like that, right? But it just shows you where we rock off at, man, where we go off. Read.
Go
ahead.
Newly, whom your fathers fear not.
Right, whom your fathers fear not. And that's why it's so easy for you to be persuaded with other ideals, gods, philosophies, thought processes, right? You gotta think about it. 1 minute you believe about, man, never. You're not gonna see that from me. You're not gonna see me 1 minute I believe in Christ, next minute I don't. You're not gonna see that. 1 minute I'm a Hebrew Israelite, the next minute I'm a Muslim. You're not gonna see that. 1 minute I'm teaching this word, next minute, nah, you know what, bro? You know what? I'm just doing me. You're not gonna see that because that's not what the Most High called us for. Like I said, will you follow the good example? Sisters, how many of the sisters are there at the meetings, at the garment meetings, doing the work of the Most High, doing the ministry, right? But you want to follow the hood rat on Facebook. You want to follow the hood rat on Facebook because she looked like she's free. Scriptures say, envy not the wicked, neither desire none of their paths. Keep doing the works that the Most High is pleased with. Go ahead. Read on.
Verse 18.
Go ahead.
Of the rock that begot thee thou art unmindful.
Right, read.
And hast forgotten God that formed thee.
Right, and that's what we can't do. We can't forget the Most High that formed you. So I must keep saying it this whole class. If you was slinging dope, remember you was a drug dealer killing your dang people. If you was a stripper, remember you was walking around showing all your children, the children of Israel, your body. If you was a whoremonger, an adulterer, a murderer, don't come up in here acting like you didn't do nothing wrong. Stop it. Come up here and know that the Most High pulled you out of that to wake you up. You understand that? Yeah, you sitting up in here like the Most High owes you something. You were pulled out because you were headed down the path of destruction and death. You understand that? Now because you've been here, what, a whole good 2 years, you high and mighty now? You clean? You pure? Hell no, you're not pure. You still got problems. You just got different problems. Okay, you put down the pork, the stripping pole. You put down the whoremongering and the drugs. But now you got more problems. You got pride, envy. You're doing it. You're doing it. But keep doing it, because you got to fight those things too. Envy, hatred, doubt, negative. Right? You might not be doing the sin of the other on the other level, but you're still sinning. So you still have to fight, right? Go ahead, read on.
Verse 20.
Go ahead.
And he said, I will hide my face from them.
Go ahead.
I will see that their end shall be.
He said, I'll see what their end shall be. Because that's what happens when the Most High turns his back on us. What is you're forgetting you without the Most High. What does that mean? That means that brother that went and taught you Christ was black, him, no angel came down. So get off your damn high horse and thinking like, oh, I got a connection with me and the Most High. He comes to me in my closet. No, a brother came to you and said, Christ is black. You went to the Bible off of what a man told you, and you followed the truth off of what a man told you. So all of a sudden, don't act like, oh, no, brother, who are you? Like, you can't tell me. He's the same one that told you was a Hebrew Israelite. The same one that told you don't lust, don't have pride, don't have envy, don't have doubt. The same brothers. So get off your pedestal. A man is still teaching you. And unless he teaches you other than that, then you're supposed to be following that righteousness. You understand that? I have to say that because the reason I'm trying to show y'all this is because the manipulative games that go on in your head is this. I don't have to do the work based off of what man told me the work is. Well then, why the hell are you here in the first place then? Why are you sitting in class? Because a man showed you the scripture that said what? Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. So this manipulative game that, oh, I'm not going to do what man telling me to do. Yeah, you are. Man's told you what? Brother, pull up your pants. A Hebrew Israelite doesn't have his pants sagging to the floor. Sister, a woman doesn't supposed to wear pants. A man told you that. No angel came out of heaven and said what? It didn't happen. So why are you playing games with your head like, oh, you know what? I'm not doing what men are telling me. You're doing what righteous men tell you. Do y'all not understand that? That's another way where brothers and sisters manipulate themselves to stop doing the work. That man led you into the work. Bahashem Yahawashai, right? Okay. I'm going to say it. Bahashem Yahawashai. Because the only way we would be here is Bahashem Yahawashai. In the name of the Most High Christ. Because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't of the Most High. You would be in our sin. What did you do? What was your theme? Yours was dope, crack, drugs, killing, stealing, robbing, thieving. That's what our theme would have been. How do we know this is of the Most High?
Because we improving and we learning about it.
We're improving and we're learning the will of the Most High. So yeah, a man is going to keep telling me, just like a man is going to keep telling you. When you're off, a man is going to come tell you what? Hey, you're stopping from improving in the will of the Most High. Well, how do you know that? Because you're doing more of what you want to do as opposed to the will of the Most High. I know y'all are saying, well, why is he saying this to us? Because you got brothers and sisters that play games with their head and say what? Well, you're telling me this, not the Most High. Go ahead.
Even if a person, like, okay, if you're not going to do what the men of the Most High, who he sent to you, do, and you're going to go back in the world,
right,
you still going to do what a man say regardless.
There you go. We know it's a game.
Stop at the red light.
We know it's a game.
Right, come.
Very good point. We know it's a game, but that's why I'm talking a lot more, because the games are being played in your head. I can go through all the scriptures I got, but brothers and sisters, a lot of you in here don't understand. You're playing these games on your head, and you're going to get yourself right back in that worldly mind. And the worldly mind of what? I'm going to go do me, and I'm not going to do the things that the righteous men have pushed me to do. Like I always said, if I push you and say, listen, sister, yeah, you going to go sell some ass for us on the block, then you know I'm crazy as hell, right? Then you know I'm off. If I say, listen, I go pump this dime bag of weed over here, then you know I'm tripping, right? But if I'm pushing you and saying, listen, you need to be humble, you need to be more meek, those are attributes that the Most High wants. Why is there a problem and a battle in that? Because you're trying to focus on something else as opposed to keep doing the will of the Most High. So that's why you got to come off this high horse. You understand? And I'll keep naming the games, and you know the games you guys play with your own mind. Right? What you was going to say?
Well, I was going to say that Colossians chapter 3 and 22, it said, servants, obey in all things your master according to the flesh.
Right, right.
It's telling us.
Somebody according to the flesh is going to tell you and keep you on the path. Right? But what would Satan do? Satan is going to tell you what? Oh, brother, you're your own man. You don't need no man. If that was the case, then an angel would have came to you and gave you a flyer and disappeared. And then taught you class every damn week. So, no. You do need a man. You need your brother. That's why he says where 2 or 3 is, there is Christ. You need your husband to keep you in order. That's why he says, wives, be obedient to your husbands as to the Lord. So when that demon comes in talking about you don't need a man, I don't need my husband, I don't need the Most High, I don't need this to worship or serve the Most High, that's a plain lie. You do need them. We need each other. You understand that? Okay, let's jump back. Go ahead, read on.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 19.
Go ahead.
And when the Lord saw it, he abhorred them.
Read.
Because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters.
Go ahead.
And he said, I will hide my face from them.
Go ahead.
I will see that what their end shall be.
I will see what their end shall be. Once again, we're replaceable. The Most High can raise up somebody mightier, somebody with a better heart than you. You think you're humble? Guess what? You're not. There was a man more humble, Moses. You think you're more great? Guess what? You're not. There's a man more great, David, Solomon, more wise, right? Keeps you humble. We're trying to achieve these greatness without the mistakes of David and Solomon, right? Because even though they were great, They made mistakes too, right? So these are the things that keep you fighting. Hey, listen, I can go over scriptures that keep you fighting, or you can go ahead and talk to the double-minded person that's going to what? Give you more of a reason why to go backwards, right? Go back into the world, why you don't need to keep giving to your people and sacrificing and losing and ministering. You can go ahead and talk to them. That's because that's what you got out there. Y'all get it? You got a lot of that. Just go online. 50,000 Israelites tell you why you don't need a camp. 50,000 women will tell you why I'm not humbling to no nigga. They'll tell you that quick. Right? But guess what? The word and the lifestyle, the example should teach you why your husband is needed, why a brother's needed, why a body is needed. You see that? Go ahead, read.
For they are a very forward generation.
It said they're a forward generation. Go ahead. What verse are you at?
Verse 20.
Go ahead. You're going to read to verse 21. Go ahead.
Children in whom is no faith.
Yeah, it says children in whom is no faith. That's the problem. So when I go and I deal with Israel, I understand the problem. When I deal with myself, I understand that I'm a faithless people. We're a faithless generation. So I don't got to be tossed to and fro. It says when you judge yourself, you're judging no man. Because you can check yourself. You know, if you go back to the scriptures and show, damn, I'm being faithless now. You won't always have to have a brother there with a whip to show you. He would be a confirmation and be like, yeah, you know what? I was just thinking the same thing about myself. I got lack of faith. You would be confirming it. But a lot of you are battling it. Why? Because you're falling back into that mode. You're falling back into the weak mind. Because you're taking for granted what Christ gave to you. Go ahead.
Come, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
They have moved me to jealousy.
Right.
With that which is not God.
Right. Now, pay attention to this. I'm going to show you what the Creator does. He says, you move me to jealousy with that which is not God's, right? Go ahead.
They have provoked me to anger with their vanity.
Go ahead.
And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people.
He said he took the white man from the caves. He took him from the caves and put him over you to show you you're not needed. I can move you out of the way anytime. So stop thinking you're doing the Most High a favor. He put you off the pills. He put you off the weed. You were bouncing from woman to woman. He put you out of that. You're doing the Most High a favor, huh? Taking up our Shabbat Friday night seats, huh? That's how you think. You got brothers and sisters with that high and mighty mind. That's you gonna end up right back out there in the world in a Facebook statistic. We gonna see you on Facebook with blunts and 40s in your hands. Like, damn, what happened to her? Oh, he used the brother for an excuse, and he right back out there doing what the hell he was doing when he first came in. You're not smart. You're not smart. You ever get those kids? They're like, watch, I'm going to show dad, I'm going to show mom. Look, I'm going to show them I can do it all by myself. And they stubborn and rebellious right out in the streets in the hood doing nothing. You're not showing us nothing, man. You're destroying yourself. To verse 21, read.
Last precept, verse 21. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
It says a foolish nation. And that's what the Most High did. This is what it means when he said, I'll raise up stones. He could raise up stones to serve him. He put a nation, man, that had no nationality, no history. Put put them out of the caves and made that man steal everybody's nationality. The so-called white man stole everybody's nationality, identity. And he said, you're the nigger. You're the spick, the wetbag, the coon. That's what God did. So for you to sit up in here and think you're doing the truth a favor is the wrong mentality. It's the wrong mind state. You're supposed to come wholeheartedly and do everything in your power to show the Most High you're pleasing Him. Not man, but pleasing Him. But how do you do that? How do you please the Most High? What?
You got to follow the right example.
You got to follow the right example. Why? How do you please the Most High? When He comes back, what is He going to say? You please me. What is He going to say? What is the determination to say, you're pleasing me? What? What?
Oh, did you feed my sheep?
He said, you feed me, you clothe me, you visited me in prison, right? When you did this to the least of my brethren. So, no, it wasn't about you just getting knowledge and sitting back. No, it wasn't about you feeling good about yourself because you're clean. It was about you getting this knowledge to feed your people, to be there for your nation. Just put things in perspective, man. So while you wax fat and kick and you're good, your people are still in the ghettos and the slums on crack and dope, still stripping and selling their ass on the block while you're fine and dandy. Remember that. Because you're being selfish as hell. Go from there, go to 2nd Ezra 6 verse 56. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 56. We are replaceable. Go ahead. Come on. 2nd Ezra 6:56.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 56.
Then give me Job 22. Go ahead, read.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 56.
Uh-huh.
As for the other people which also came of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing.
Listen, all the nations are before us are nothing. But guess who's over us now? You are replaceable. At any point in time, the Most High can put a known people over you. At any place in time, while you're wasting your gift, He can move you out of the way and put a sister or a brother there that's 100 times more sincere. And that's what He's saying, right? Read on.
But be like unto spittle.
He said they're spit. But guess what? They over us now. Guess what? They ruling now. They might be spit, but guess what? When they pull you over on the street, you get out the car, that spit you gonna humble to. Sir, get down on your knees. You gonna get down on your knees to that spit, ain't you? You know what the Most High is showing you? You are replaceable. That's why we gotta be humble, man. The Most High lifting us up, protecting us, giving us our breath, protecting your household, your kids. Some of you don't even face the east and thank the Most High. That's a burden. You don't even face the east. You're doing the Most High a favor by acknowledging Him. It's shame on you, man. This is a reminder, this is a reminder of what you're doing to the Most High. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Brothers and sisters get caught up on the messenger and not understanding the message. The Most High wants you to get the message. You're supposed to be pleasing Him. You understand that? Go ahead, read.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Go ahead.
Verse 57.
Uh-huh.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, and to devour us. But
you see that? Y'all get the point. The point with me pulling this scripture is to remind us that He can raise up stones. He can raise up heathens. So he can raise up another brother, another sister. It's like when we first met, you said, I was getting it online. It's like, but the scripture was showing me not to what?
Not to sit back and be a fan.
Yeah, not to sit back and be a fan, but let me do something. That's what this is about. Everybody want to complain about every damn thing. Trust me, your complaints ain't going to stop. But what the hell are you doing? You always want to complain about another brother, another sister, how short and how they fall short. But what are you doing? I'm going to complain, but I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, hey, listen, we got to get off your ass. I'm going to complain about you, but I'm going to do. I'm not just going to sit back and complain. Right? I'm going to be digging a ditch while complaining like, get your, why are you over there standing around? Get your damn shovel like me and dig, right? You can't complain sitting on the sideline not doing nothing. You don't got the right.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand that? You only can say something when you in it. You understand that? Go ahead, read.
Verse 58.
Go to Job. We got that. Job 22, verse 2. Go to Proverbs 9, verse 12. Job 22, verse 2, down to verse 3.
Job chapter 22, verse 2.
Go ahead.
Can a man be profitable unto God?
Right. Can a what?
Can a man be profitable unto God?
Yeah, you think you come in here like I'm doing the Most High a favor by cleaning myself up. Yahweh, you see, I got off the dope. I got off the crack. This is all for you. Most High, you can't be profitable to the Most High. You understand that? I want y'all to listen to these next verse, because what he tells us here is going to hopefully wake some of y'all up to reality. Read.
As he that is wise may be profitable unto himself.
You're profitable to you. When you stop smoking crack, God wasn't like, his nostrils didn't get cleared up. When you stop being a whoremonger or an adulterer, it didn't like clear up the syphilis that the Most High had. That's helpful for you. You understand that? When you sit here and learn this wisdom and knowledge and learn how to be patient and kind and long-suffering and be good to your brother, you're good to you. You're not doing nothing for the Most High. It's not fixing him. It's not making him better. It's making you better. Read.
Verse 3. Is it any pleasure to the Almighty that thou art righteous?
Yeah, is it any pleasure? Job is ripping it, boy. I was reading this, I was like, man, he got him. Like you doing the Most High, like he's up there like, oh man. We needed you. If you didn't show up, I don't know what we would do. Nah, man. Yes, the angels do rejoice when we convert a sinner. Yes. But is the angels rejoicing to have to kiss your ass to do the work of the Most High? No. No. Job is showing us that get it in your mind and understand the reality of this. The laws, the commandments, and righteousness heals you. Heals your people, your nation. That's how you know the black man hates them damn self so much. The Mexican man hates their self so much. Because they won't do nothing for themselves. They won't do nothing for their people. Why do you think the nations hate you and laugh at you? Because you will rob somebody right next to you instead of going to the damn rich neighborhoods. You won't go to the Beverly Hills. You'll go where? Down the block to the brother that's having problems like you. Because that's how much you hate your people. You hate your own skin. That's why you won't fight for yourself. Go look at Facebook. There's more Israelites hate each other than love. This was about building a nation, man. It was about bringing back our people. Don't be a part of that. Don't be a part of that stupidity. You understand that?
God.
Go ahead, read.
Come, say precept.
Yeah, you're going to read to verse 3 and then go to Proverbs 9 and 12. Go ahead.
Come, or is it gain to him that thou makest thy ways perfect?
Yeah, is it gain to the Most High that you make your ways perfect? Huh? Oh, he showed up today. You know what I mean? The Most High is like, yeah, listen, you showed up because you need it. That's what he's reminding us. You need the Most High. We need him. Right? Con? Go ahead. That's it. Go to Proverbs 9 and 12, and then you're going to go back to Job 35. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 12.
Go ahead.
If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself.
Yeah, you're getting this wisdom because this wisdom is going to fix you. You got a lot of brothers, man, I ain't got to say names. You got a lot of brothers that were in the truth 20 years ago and left 20 years ago, right? I want y'all to listen to this. You got brothers that were in the truth 20 years ago, right? And left 20 years ago, right? But their kids is now grown up. Now, you know what they realizing? Damn, I should have stood in it. Because my kid is going to be a faggot, a transvestite, a drug dealer. If I would have stood in, my child would have been learning about the Sabbath, righteousness, the laws. Now you got a lot of them trying to come back now. Why? Because they know where their children is going to end up. You got brothers, man. I know brothers that got like 8 or 9 sons that were in the truth at a certain time, and then he left. And what are they going to do? They going to do what daddy did. They going to do what mommy did, right? You know what the scriptures is reminding us? This truth is to benefit you. It's to help your nation. It's to help your people. It's to help your mind. So stop coming in here and acting like you're doing the Most High a favor. The Most High has done us a favor by giving us his grace and sending his son to die for a rebellious, niggerish nation. That's what I think every day waking up. I'm nothing. I'm less than nothing. And the Most High is giving me grace to breathe to the next day. At any minute, he could say, you know what? You don't deserve to pee regular. You get to pee in a bag now, from now on. The Most High is just. You don't get to talk regular. You get to talk out the side of your neck. The Most High is just. A lot of you don't see that. A lot of you young sisters, you come in here, you be young and beautiful and pretty, and you thinking like, I'm going to act stupid. Any day a cat can run up to you and just throw some acid in your face. And you ain't cute no more. Then what? How many times you was walking up into your house and that somebody could have grabbed your ass from behind and snatched you up and ran through you? And then stabbed you about 6 or 7 times. And then you live. Right? How about not killing you? Let you live through that. How many of you already been through it? And got the truth? Yeah, I mean, these are the things that y'all need to be thinking about when you're trying to act stupid. And you're trying to act like your life could be better. You're tripping. You're tripping. Most High put you out of hell. He set his angels around you to protect you. Read.
But if thou scornest, thou alone shalt bear it.
Yeah, and that's, read that again. Come on.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 12. If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself.
Go ahead.
But if thou scornest, thou alone shalt bear it.
Yeah, you scorn. Go to act the fool. That's what I said. How many brothers and sisters you seen them in here? They try to get stupid and rebellious with us. They end up gone, and then they end up where? They end up online looking stupid, more dumb. 1 minute you was something and the next minute you right back in the club. How wise are you? You look more stupid. That's what he's saying. You bear that scorn. You're not affecting us. You got to deal with that. That's between you and the Most High, right? David, when he sinned, the Most High didn't make everybody pay for it. And not every time that he don't make everybody pay for it. He made David pay for it. You understand? Saul, he made his whole family pay for what he did. That's how wicked he was. So it depends on the Most High. He might make you bear it. He might make your children bear it. You got to understand, man, this is not a game. Go from there. Go back to Job 35, verse 6 and 7. And then get me Proverbs 8:36.
Job chapter 35.
6 verse 7.
Come.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. If thou sinnest, what doest thou against him?
Yeah, if you sin, once again, who are you doing that against? You're doing that against yourself. In reality, when you sin, that sin is destroying you. That's not destroying the Most High. Go ahead.
Come. Or if thy righteousness, or if thy transgression be multiplied, what doest thou unto him?
Right. The more negative you do, the more that destroys you. That destroys your conscience, your mind, right? That's that sin. It beats you up. So you have to see what he's telling us here. You're going to read verse 6 and 7. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
If thou be righteous, what givest thou him?
Right?
Or what receiveth he of thine hand?
Yeah, like, right, you following the commandments, you giving the Most High something. You're not doing nothing for the Most High. Y'all get what this means, right? We know the Most High wants you to obey his commandments, but if you thought you were doing him a favor, think again. You're not. So what is all this for? Go ahead.
To better yourself.
It's to better you. What?
Because if you're not righteous, you're going to get banged up out of here anyway.
You're going to get...
You're giving yourself something.
There you go. You're going to... Either way it goes, it's going to come back to haunt you. That's how the way the Most High created it. You reap what you sow, right? If you sow to the Spirit, you reap to the Spirit. You sow to the flesh, you reap to the flesh. One thing those idiots got right about the universal law. That is a universal law. You reap what you sow. You understand? But they don't understand what to reap to, because they don't know what being spiritual is. All right, read that. Proverbs 8:36.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 36.
Then give me Isaiah 59, verse 16. Then one more brother, give me Isaiah 50, verse 2. Let's try to run through these real quick. I only got a few more minutes. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 36.
Go ahead.
But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
Read it again.
But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
He that sinned against him you're wronging your own soul. Where are you at again?
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 36.
You're wronging your own soul. And that's when you see, man, you see a lot of brothers and sisters, the battle, the thing you're doing is destroying yourself. A lot of y'all are going to affect your family, your children. And it ain't till you get 50 and 60, then you're going to realize what? Damn, this was all my fault. All I had to do was do the will of the Most High, and he would have blessed me. This is what y'all don't understand, man, that the things you do are going to affect you, your family, your household. Read it one more time.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 36.
Go ahead.
But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
Uh-huh.
All they that hate me love death.
Yeah. You hate the Most High, you love death. Read that, Isaiah 59, verse 16. Come on.
Isaiah,
Yeah.
Isaiah 59:16.
Uh-huh.
And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness, it sustained him.
Right. So when Christ come back, without going over the whole chapter, when Christ come back, guess who he needs to help him? Himself.
Nobody.
He don't need you. Yeah, like I said, you got Israelites on this high mighty thing. Like I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Christ come back, he gonna need us to fight it. No, he's not. You are not fighting nobody. You're gonna be crying and begging and screaming for salvation, being lifted up in the chariots of the Most High, while all the angels are running through people like a spark. Once again, he doesn't need us. We need him. You understand that? Isaiah 50 verse 2.
Isaiah chapter 50 verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore, when I came, was there no man? When I called, was there none to answer?
Yeah, there was none that answered. Why? Because there's nobody going to be able to help.
Right.
No, we're praying to the Most High for help. But the problem is a lot of brothers and sisters, you wax fat and kick, and you think you the help now. You forgot the Spirit bless you with that. Woman. Like, oh, you thought it was your handsome face? No, the Most High bless you with that woman. Right? The Lord giveth, or the Lord could take away. The Most High bless you with that job. He bless you with that car. To see what? What you going to do with it. Right? A lot of brothers and sisters forget what you get things for. What we're doing here. The scripture said the whole duty is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Not what America told you. We're not living for this life. We're living for the next. We're living for the kingdom. Everything we're doing, the raising up and waking up our people, is to live for the next kingdom. That we don't die. If you thought it was, you thought your job was helping you out, your woman or a car or man was doing it, you're wrong, man. It ain't you. Read it again.
Isaiah chapter 50 verse 2.
Go ahead.
Wherefore, when I came, was there no man? When I called, was there none to answer?
Go ahead.
Is my hand shortened at all, that it cannot redeem? Or have I no power to deliver?
Right.
Behold, at my rebuke I dry up the sea.
Right. The Most High delivers. The Most High calls back the sea. He calls you. He from him belong the issues from death. Right? You get in all these little situations and moments and times in life, and you forget. You wax fat and you forgot who was there and who took you out of that. Then the Most High gives you the truth to wake you up so you can be a benefit, and you forgot who done that. We got to wake up. We have to wake up. Go there. Go from there. Go to Ezekiel 16. Go to Ezekiel 16. Yeah. Ezekiel 16. I just have the verse too, real quick. Ezekiel 16. Verse 3. Read.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And say, thus saith the Lord God unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan.
Right. You know what he's finna do right now? Remind the Hebrew Israelites that you came from nothing. He said, thy land and thy nativity, go ahead.
Is of the land of Canaan.
Yeah, you came up around Hamites, man. Because that's where Abraham was, right?
Right.
He was in the middle of damn heathens. Remember what I chose you out from among. And that's to set us in perspective, man. Once again, everything we just talked about. Where did you come from? What were you doing before the truth? We read earlier, before y'all came in, one of the questions, it said you were idle. So if you thought you was headed somewhere, guess what? God said you were idle. You weren't doing nothing important. But let's play with it. Where were you before you got the truth? Huh? You was headed on the right path? Huh? Your life was so good without the Most High, without the punishment and serving and servitude and duties and ministering and work, right? That's where you were? All right, well, Christ, the Most High said, remind them, you're people from the land of Canaan. You came from nothing. Go ahead.
Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite.
Right. You know what he means, right? He's not literally saying that our father and our mother were damn heathens. What he's saying is this is who you came up around. And that's when you look at you in the world. Look at who you came up around, man. Your father and your mother didn't take care of you. Not like a father and a mother of the truth. They didn't sit you down and be like, how many Israelites came in the truth and said, I'm mad? And you ask them, why were you mad, boy? Because I never knew Christ was black. I never knew he looked like me. How many of you said that? That I'm mad that the lies I've been told. Yeah, I know. Right. That's what motivates us, huh? That's what keeps us still fighting. There you go. But no, some people are not. That's why he said, go through the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark on the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations done in the midst thereof. Some of us, we're not crying no more. We're comfortable. Got a good job, got a good house, got good this. That's why when you ask to do something or commit here or sacrifice over here, it's like now you're second questioning, second guessing. Why? Because you're comfortable as hell. Because if you weren't, you would be ready to die for this truth. That's not what you're being asked for, though. That's not what you're being told, to die for this truth. But you will. If it came to that, you would. But you got too many brothers and sisters, what? Chill. They acting like I can get the truth anywhere. They don't understand. Getting the truth and doing the truth is totally different. You're right. You can get the truth online anywhere. But doing the truth is different. Go ahead, read.
Verse 4. And as for thy nativity, in the day thou was born, thy navel was not cut.
Yeah, think about it. Your navel was not cut. What is he saying? You came out like an animal. You're like a little beast. Right? You ever see a horse or a calf get born? You come out, you fall on the ground. They fall on the ground, blood everywhere. Watch, read on. He's going to tell us. Go ahead.
Neither was thou washed in water to supple thee.
Go ahead.
Thou was not salted at all.
Nor
swaddled at all.
Yeah, you see that? He's saying you came in like an animal. Because none of you come in like this, right? None of you leave. You don't leave a child in the blood and you clean them off, right? But the Most High is hitting us and reminding us, man, y'all are nothing. I made you everything. That's what he's reminding us, man. Don't take for granted what you got. Go ahead.
Verse 5. None I pitied thee to do any of thee.
Yeah, what the hell? The white man came to you and told you you was the chosen? The African man? The Chinese man? Huh? Which one of these nations came and told you you was the chosen of the Most High? None. No, I pity thee. Go what? Because you got what? You got government cheese welfare checks? You got your EBT card? You thought they were taking care of you? He said, no, I pitied. Your mama ain't tell you. Your daddy ain't tell you. You know what they told you? Boy, get that Christmas tree. Let's put it up. You ready for Thanksgiving? You a Native American and they sitting you down thanking for the day they were killed. That's what your family did for you. The truth make you free. The truth sets you free. You understand that? Read, come on. Come on.
But thou was cast out in the open field.
Go ahead.
To the loathing of thy person. In the days that thou was born.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And when I passed by thee and saw thee polluted in thine own blood.
Listen, in our dirt, in your mire, I'm going here to remind you, stop acting like you was something special before you got the knowledge. Stop doing that. It's disgusting. You better be thankful for the Most High pulled you from. The Most High is reminding us what He pulled us from as a nation. Go ahead.
I said unto thee, when thou was in thy blood.
When did the Most High call us? When we was righteousness? When we was in righteousness? No. He said the whole need not a physician. He said, but the sick. So yeah, there's some people that don't need the truth. You know why? Because they don't realize they're sick. The ones that know they're sick, they need this word. I know I'm sick. I know without the Bible, oh man, I'd be a beast. I'd be an animal. I know you're not. I know you're thinking, but you're like, well, brother, you seem like a wholesome brother. No, I'll be a big lip beast. Because we'd be ignorant. We'd be foolish. And guess what? We are like that when we are without the knowledge. What?
No, you just said it.
Yeah. We are like that when we are without the knowledge. So this is a reminder that where you were. Go ahead.
Live. Yea, I said unto thee when thou was in thy blood.
Yeah, he said live. So he didn't call you when you knew Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. He called you when you said Jesus Christ. So stop tripping. Like we know his name ain't Jesus Christ, but guess what? He called you when you were saying, Jesus Christ, please, Lord, save me. Then he called you and told you what? The right way to say it. The right way to say his name, right? Israel, forget you were called in filth. Stop putting yourself on a pedestal. Go ahead.
Verse 7. I have caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field.
Right.
And thou art great. Oh, Salah. And thou hast increased and waxen great.
Go ahead.
And thou art come to excellent ornaments.
Yeah, now we're coming to the only thing that makes us excellent is the word, the wisdom, the knowledge, the laws, the Most High. Without this word, without this knowledge, you're not a Hebrew Israelite. You a nigger. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You a nigger. You don't even get the GGA. You get the ER. You a Spanish-speaking spit nigger. That's what you are without this knowledge. Because that's how we act. That's how we act. Don't act like we didn't. Look at our people out there. They don't give a damn. They don't care about their own people. They don't care about their own children. They throwing their own kids in the microwaves and giving them blunts on TV. Right? That's how they care about their kids. Let alone a nigga in the world. They don't care about their own people, man. That's why you got to understand what has changed your mind. What has changed your thoughts. The Bible did that. The Word did that. Y'all understand that? Yeah, there's little things that you guys forget you got in the way you think. And you didn't think like that before. The Most High made you think like that. The Word made you think like that. Y'all get that? Okay, go ahead, read on.
Thy breasts are fashioned, and thine hair is grown.
Now you cleaned up. Your hair is long. Now you got a breastplate. You know, when you think of it like an animal, you know how the Africans, they run around butt naked? That's how we were. He's saying, but now you got a bra on. I made you somebody. I did your hair. You was a nappy-headed hoe. Remember when old boy said that? What's his name? What's his name? He said, he called the basketball players nappy-headed hoes. Talking about Judah. Guess what? We were that.
Don Imus.
Yeah, Imus. Yeah. Right? We were nappy-headed hoes. But guess what? Now we're not. We're princes. We're princesses. We're kings. We're queens. Right? But what made you do that? Commitment, endurance, love, brotherhood. Everything you're being pushed to do has made you this great person. Remember that. Everything we're doing that for the work of the Most High is because we're doing it for righteousness' sake. And that's what keeps our mind right. That's what keeps our thoughts right.
That's the motivation.
That's the... if it wasn't for another brother, once again, the greatest thing, there's no greater thing than a man that he laid down his life for his brothers. Why? Because that's a high level to give yourself to another man, another human. It's a high level to walk the path like Christ did. For him to die for wicked people. Now, for you to give yourself up, your life for your nation, that's a high calling. You got to have a lot of love in you. But guess what? The meek is going to inherit the earth. The ones that have it in them, you're going to inherit the earth. The selfish, the greedy, the nigglets, the drug dealers, the killers, the murderers, they're not going to get it. Go ahead, read on.
Whereas thou was naked and bare. Verse 8. Now when I passed by thee and looked upon thee,
right?
Behold, thy time was the time of love.
See, the Most High said, look, he still loved you. He still loves us. I don't hear brothers pulling this when talking about Israel. Yeah, we were wicked, but guess what? The Most High still loved us. Right?
God.
And he brought us to this knowledge and woke us up. So when we look at brothers and sisters out there, or brothers and sisters in here, that fall short, that make mistakes, what do we have to do? You got to look at them and be like, that's off. But you got to forgive them. Especially if they're willing to change. The ones that ain't, they don't want this anyway. The ones that don't want to change, the ones that don't want to get right, they don't want to come to the light, we can't do nothing for them anyway. Right? They want darkness. But the ones that are fighting, you got to give that love to them. You understand that? Listen, it goes on, and I've went over. But one more scripture. Yeah, it's 9. Class ends at 9, right? Go to Ecclesiastes 7:28. Ecclesiasticus 7:28. Wait. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure. And then this will be the last one. And any brothers and sisters, of course, y'all know the chapter, but y'all need to finish. Y'all need to go home and finish that chapter up. Oh, no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. All right, so do y'all got any questions on that? I mean, because we already got that point out. It's Ecclesiastes in the Bible. And it was a point where Solomon said, he said, out of 1,000, out of 1,000 men, he found one righteous. So the point I was going to go there earlier was to show that, like, if you're going to try to determine your righteousness off of you lose. Do you know what I mean? We have to determine it off what the Most High just said, keep doing. Because if we wanted to go through a checklist, we're all gonna fail, right? So y'all understand what I was going over, right? And why I was going over that, Con? Who doesn't? All right, if you don't, speak to me. All right? What? Anything online? Okay. All right. We'll give them a few seconds online. And while we're doing that, we're reminding everybody the Passover is April 16th. We need your help with the lamb. So if you can give anything for the lamb, there's brothers and sisters that already gave, and we put that towards the location. But we need help with the lamb and the food for the feast. So if you want to help with that, we would appreciate it. You brothers and sisters that are out of town, you want to help us out, you can help us out also. All right? So that's April 16th. And we adjure you to come down and join us for the Passover. All right? Any other announcements, sisters? Purim? All right. Of course, Purim is coming up on March 9th and the 10th. A reminder, we're not going to have class on that Friday, is the 10th, because we're going to be celebrating Purim. So that Friday, we're going to be getting together. If you're local here and you want to get together with us, join in. You can join in with us. All right. I'm gonna say this: Purim is a high holy day. Passover is one of the highest high holy days. So if you don't make it for your Purim, you better make it for Passover. All right. So any other announcements? Nothing online. Okay, so we'll be Sabbath morning class. We will be here, brother. Have you made it to class before? Man, did you have any questions? I know I kind of went with class. Okay, okay, all right, good. All right, so we usually open it up for brothers to ask questions. So if you got anything, we just want you to know it is open for you to ask. All right. So otherwise, other than that, everybody, let's salute them online, y'all. Say shalom. Shalom. And we'll see y'all tomorrow morning for Sabbath morning class. And